hometown Fighting Tigers. Is this what you hear at your school's athletic events? Has school spirit disappeared from your halls? Well, Waterboy Graphics can't fix the depth along the offensive line, but what they can do is give the look of your athletic facilities a boost that will bring the pride back to students, teachers, and fans. Replace the fading 80s mural in the gym with a customized, slick series of graphics that scream school pride. In the locker room before the big game on a Friday, surround the team with images of what it means to be a part of that elite team. From the fields to the courts to the hallways, Waterboy Graphics elevates boring facilities to a level that are typical to major universities. We can put graphics on anything. From creative concept to installation, Waterboy Graphics' in-house team is on point. So the next time this happens, and now, your hometown Fighting Tigers! This happens. Waterboy Graphics, making school pride cool again. See everything we do at waterboygraphics.com. That's waterboygraphics.com.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at georgetownshirtcompany.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home.
Well, a pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another edition of Georgetown Eagle Football live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Kelly Duvall, bringing you the action here from Waco, Texas, here at Waco ISD Stadium. Tonight, it's the Georgetown Eagles, of course, as the away team. The Waco Lions hosting Georgetown. Georgetown reeling off of an opening season victory versus Abilene Wiley 49-19 last week. This Waco Lions team, a team that Georgetown defeated last year, a 6A team, but still a lot of composure, a lot of athleticism on this team. They're reeling off of a victory versus Waco University. They took home that coveted sledgehammer. We are set for a good one here, though, this afternoon. Kelly, great to be alongside of you, buddy.
Rob, it's great to be back up here with you. You're not going to get to do as many games with me this year, so it's good to have you back with us, buddy.
Well, David England down on the sideline tonight. David, down to you, a little pregame, if you will. Everything going good here as the team captains right now at center field. David?
Everything's looking good. Georgetown got a visit with Coach Griffin just a minute ago, and I'd like to see if I can play that interview now.
Unfortunately, I don't have that. Sorry about that, David. As we get things started up here, we had a little technical difficulties with the internet here this afternoon, so we had to hook up to Kelly's hotspot. Georgetown today in their white jerseys, white pants, eagle blue numbers. And for Waco in their gray jerseys, gray pants, red numbers, red helmet. Not a cloud in sight as Friday Night Lights up here in Waco, Texas. For Georgetown, didn't see that coin toss, Kelly, as we got started rolling here. It looks like Georgetown will elect to receive this to start things here as we are moments away. This game, of course, presented by Georgetown Jewelry, the Glenn Patterson Realtor. First quarter about to start. Looking forward to this one, partner.
Yeah, Rob, this is one of those games that Georgetown's got to be really careful with because Waco has not had a lot of success in the last couple of years, so Georgetown can't come into this too overconfident. You still got to carry out the basics. You got to do your job, take care of it, fix some things from last week, some pre-snap penalties, some of those mistakes that are mental mistakes, not mistakes of just playing aggressive football. And we'll see if Georgetown has fixed those tonight. Should be a good game for our Eagles.
We may be a little bit behind on some of the scoreboard tonight, so stay with us. A little double duties. Joshua Harris up here operating camera for us as we are set to get started here again live from Waco, Texas. The SHN fan line back open this week. If you have any text messages, feel free to text them to us at 512-522-9105. Again, that number 512-522-9105. Two set back to receive for the Georgetown Eagles around the goal line. Waco will kick things off to start. Game 2 underway on a beautiful night here in Waco, Texas. On the south side, right toe to leather from the 40, and an early onside kick attempt, and Georgetown will have it at the 49. Boy, they're going to come out here and throw darts early.
Well, that was gutsy, and why not? Georgetown's not expecting an onside kick on the opening kickoff of the game. Waco's tough loss for them last week, so they're trying to get a little spark going, and they say, hey, let's throw it out there. Let's see what happens.
And Georgetown will start this drive opening tonight on their own 49. The action will go from right to left. We are just underway. Of course, no score. Georgetown right tackle Alex Manna, the right guard Jacob Estrada, center Alex Till, left guard Trey Flores, the left tackle Connor Heffernan, tight end, and the H-back tonight, Tommy Wilson. Will get to more. First down and 10. Again, the ball from the 49. Quarterback rolling over to the right side. It's Oldorp who's starting this game. Pass over to the right side, and it's incomplete. Flags fly at the end of the play. Right down there near David England. David, what did you see down there?
Could be some little early contact there on the Waco side, possibly. He's shaking his head. He's not agreeing with it.
Well, again, Oldorp, the quarterback, in his second game. In game 1, he was 11 for 22, threw 50%, 202 yards, averaging 18 and almost a half per pass. One touchdown last week. 50 was his longest. That puts him at a 97.2 rating, and that is a penalty against Waco. The ball will move forward all the way to the Lion 36. That's where Georgetown will have first down and 10.
I was watching that matchup out there on the right side, and I didn't see from up here, I couldn't see what the contact was. It was very minimal, but referee called it.
Oldorp in shotgun, two receivers to the right. He will roll, hands off to the left side on a 1st and 10 from the Waco 36. And the ball carrier dives forward to around the 33. Today's R.J. Moreno's birthday. I'm not sure if that's Moreno out there starting, though, Kelly.
No, that was Ryan Eady on the carry there.
Yeah, they're changing things up. They didn't have him listed on the 2 deep, so Eady will... The ball carrier, now an empty backfield. 2nd down and 7, the ball on the Lion 33. Oldorp passes left side, has his man. It's into the hands of Cade Lachlan, and Lachlan should be close to a Georgetown first down at the 26. Cade Lachlan in his second game. That's his 7th reception, 61 yards last week, averaging 10. His longest 22 yards, or 25 last week, Kelly.
There was actually a defensive breakdown over on the right side of the Georgetown offensive line, left side of the Waco defense. And if Oldorp had seen over there, he had 3 receivers and only 2 defenders out there.
It'll bring up 3rd down and 1 here for Georgetown on the Lion 27. Oldorp elects to keep through the 20, still on his feet across the 10. It's actually Darson Herman, and Herman still on his feet using that big body down to the 3-yard line. What a run by Darson Herman on the quarterback keeper.
That's exactly what the coaches want out of Darson Herman. Big, strong kid, great runner, picks good spots, very patient. Waited for that offensive line to move the Waco defenders off there, and he just rumbled down the field. What a great run.
Herman will head back over to the sideline. On his rushing game last week, 12 carries, just under 100 yards at 99. He averages just over 8, his longest rush last week of 35. Picking up right where he left off. It's first down and goal for the Eagles on the Lion 3-yard line. Pass over left side, and this one out of the reach. Incomplete, out of bounds. The reception by the Eagles, though, again, it's incomplete.
There's Jacob Tressel down there who's trying to go for that big 6'6" receiver.
Brings up 2nd down and goal. Second and goal for Georgetown, 10:35 to go. Herman backing at quarterback. Kelly, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the ball here. Edie offset to him. Herman will keep it. Trying to power his way forward. Herman looks like he's close, and he's going to be stopped about a half-yard short of the goal line.
Defender was able to penetrate and grab him by the ankles, and when those ankles are wrapped up, you can't go any farther. Darson tried to stretch the ball out, but was unsuccessful at doing that, so we've got a big play here on 3rd down and goal.
3rd and goal coming up here for the Georgetown Eagles. 10-11 to go. First quarter again just underway. Herman still in there at quarterback. One receiver split to either side wide. Edie as the running back. Herman to the left side gets the carry. Herman trying to cut the angle, leaps forward, and he's got the touchdown. At the 1-yard line, he crossed over that pylon. A 1-yard touchdown run for Darson Herman, and the Eagles strike early with 9:57 to go in the first quarter.
Waco defense did a good job of stretching that out and keeping up with Darson, but just too big, too strong to keep him out of the end zone. Crosses the ball over the goal line and touchdown Eagles. Great start to this game for the Eagles.
Extra point attempt here by Georgetown. As a snap down and on its way. And this one wide to the left, and that may cause a little bit of issues later in this game. David, a good drive for the Eagles, though. They start way back after a onside kick attempt at the 49. They drive it down 51 yards. Good start for Georgetown.
Absolutely, Rob. Kelly, there's a lot of confidence down here. They move it right down the field in typical Georgetown fashion. And on that last play there where he got the touchdown, Darson was very patient, and finally he found a hole and got it in there. And good on them. Good running by Darson and good mixing up the plays and putting different quarterbacks in there and mixing it up on Waco early.
Rob, you like to see Coach Griffin went over and talked to our kicker there, Diaz, when he came off the field, put his arm around him, patted him on the helmet, said, hey, that's fine, that's just one. Forget it, let's go on. But what a tremendous start for the Georgetown offense. That's exactly what you want. Now Waco coaches may be saying, well, maybe the onside wasn't so good, but you can't blame him for taking a chance.
Again, apologize for the scoreboard tonight, trying to keep that updated, and we've got it fixed now. Georgetown leads 6-0 as the first possession upcoming here in just a few moments for the Waco Lions. Again, we're live here in Waco, Texas. Appreciate you joining us this afternoon on a beautiful night. We'll have Doppler Dave go over the weather here at the next break after this kickoff. Georgetown set to kick this one away from the 40. It's Matt Diaz from right to left. His hand up, right toe to leather, end over end. This is a short kick. It'll fair catch at the 36-yard line by the Waco Lions into the hands of Zaleon Walker. And that is where Waco will start for their first possession of the night. Dave, down to you for the weather. It's beautiful up here. I know it's a little warm down there, partner.
You know, it's a little warm. It's 94 degrees, feels like 95 degrees. Wind south-southeast at 4 miles an hour, 33% humidity, so it's somewhat dry. There's not a cloud in the sky, a little bit of a half moon over the visitor side. A good turnout from Georgetown, a decent turnout from Waco on this artificial turf. It's a beautiful facility.
Waco will break out of the huddle. Ball on the left hash mark from the 26 as they will move from left to right. Quarterback Davion Long rolls to the right side on a 1st and 10. And he will be brought down. A loss of about 2 on the play to the 24.
Hand off to number 6, Jerome Ratliff. Quick little running back. Through the evening, we're going to need to keep an eye on Davion Long. Like you said, sophomore quarterback for Waco. This kid is a talented player.
2nd down and 11, handoff up the middle, up to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5 on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd down and manageable for the Lions.
The Eagles are going to have to work on that running game because I think with the lack of experience that Waco has on their side of the ball, I think they're going to try to establish the run relatively quickly in the game.
They'll move it back a yard. It's 3rd down and 6. Long and shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 down to the right. From their own 30. Plenty of protection here for Long. Passes over, and a whistle blows here early before this play. Actually, it was already in the air, the pass, but the whistle blew. This play is going to come back. There's a flag down there on the field just in front of you, David.
Yes, sir. It's going to be offsides on Waco.
That is the call. That'll move the Lions back 5 yards. Brings up 3rd down and a long 11 now. They had manageable. A little bit of penalties here. Early damage for the Lions on their own side.
Those are the kind of penalties that just drive coaches nuts. The pre-snap penalties, the penalties after the play. You know, if you got a lineman holding or something like that that's just playing aggressive football, that's one thing, but those are the ones that kill.
On 3rd and 11, Long around his 20, through one defender. Now tucks and runs across the 25. He fumbles the ball. However, it goes out of bounds. Georgetown thought they had it. They had 5 turnovers last week. The Eagles come up with it, but they say, wait a minute, it was out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. The Lions will punt this one away. Good defense by the Blue Storm.
It was. Davian Long had a receiver wide open down the field, but he was scrambling for his life, so he didn't get an opportunity to look down the field and see him.
He was scrambling because Matt Anderson was chasing after him. Those long legs, he can cover a lot of ground really fast.
4th down and a long 12. Actually, a loss of 1 on the play. The Lions of Waco will punt this one on their home field from around the 11-yard line. Set back to receive in Eagle territory at the 44 is the return man. This is a short punt as it wobbles its way and hops out of bounds in Eagle territory around the 46-yard line. It was Cade Lachlan, the return man, but he had no chance as that one angled its way to the right. And for the second time this afternoon, Georgetown will have the ball.
I think the Georgetown defense did what they needed to do on that drive. They took advantage of a youthful quarterback in the backfield. Doesn't have a lot of varsity experience. There are a lot of young players on this Waco team, so they did a good job of shutting down what Waco wanted to do. Defense was aggressive, forced Davion Long out of his game plan. Although he's dangerous with his feet, you want to get him out of the pocket and make him beat you like that.
This drive will emulate the start for the last one for the Eagles. 1st and 10 from their own 49. The blitz coming, now backs off as Herman wiggles the ball. He has run room, tucks and runs to the right side. It's the sophomore Darson Herman to the 45. A healthy gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and manageable. We are seeing that running wagon coming early tonight, brother.
We are, but that was one of those circumstances where they were going to have Darson throw the ball, but it popped out of his hand as he brought his hand back.
Quick hurry-up offense on a 2nd down and 6 inside the Lion territory on the 47. Herman will get the ball and angles his way out of bounds. He's going to be about a yard short of that 1st down. He got the ball up to the Lion 42. That should bring up 3rd down and manageable here for Georgetown. A 3rd and short one for the Eagles. Quick hurry-up offense again. As Herman this time throws a floater to the right side and well over the intended receiver. That was in the direction of Brandon Bradford. 4th down and 1 coming up.
They're leaving Darson on the field a little more than you expect, but hey, let's see what this kid's got. It's going to be fun to watch this sophomore quarterback grow up over these next years.
We saw his brother Chandler for years here at Georgetown. In fact, when we started broadcasting Eagle football 5 years ago. 4th down and a short one. The Eagles will go for it. On the Lion 42, 7:58 to go 1st quarter. Georgetown leads 6-0. Herman in the backfield will hand off to his back. Diving through 2 defenders and plowing his way forward. I believe that was Zane Quick.
Number 24.
That was Zane Quick. No receptions last week. He normally lines up as a receiver, but they put him in as running back last week. He had 7 carries for 40 yards, averaged just over 5.5. His longest rush was 8. An important one there. Gives the Eagles a 1st down.
Everybody expected that to go to Herman, and it didn't.
1st down and 10 from the Lion 36. Oldor back in at quarterback. He'll tuck and run. Dives his way forward across the 30, and he's got 9 yards on a 1st down. The Eagles running the wagon early.
When you have this many weapons that can run the ball, effective run there by your starting quarterback, you got Herman back there, R.J. Marino, it's tough to stop.
Oldor back in quarterback again here. 1st down from, or just short of it, on the 27. Over to the right side. The Eagles may have coughed this one up, and they did. It's a turnover by Georgetown, and the Lions have it up to the 35-yard line.
Isaiah Fillmore caught the ball and had a good run, but the defender punched that ball out as he was trying to make a few extra yards and turn over to the Waco Lions, and that's got to give them some life.
At the 6:59 mark, Georgetown will commit the 1st turnover. As I said earlier, 5 of them last week on the defense. They forced 5. One of those was an interception. They don't want to commit those here in this game. They did a good job as the receiving end last week. So
those turnovers are a lot like the pre-snap penalties, the mental errors that just make coaches nuts.
1st down and 10 for the Lions on their 2nd possession of the night from their own 35. Long will hand off to his back, spinning around, and flags fly again after a gain of 3. It was Jaden Ridge, the senior running back, with the ball, but we'll see what the flag is down here.
I think we're going to have a hold.
Yep.
It is a hold on the offense. That'll bring the ball back. And 6:53 to go here in the first. Georgetown with a 6-0 lead over Waco here in game number 2 of this 2019 campaign.
Looked like Colby Cummings just about got his jersey ripped off with that hold.
First down and 20 after the 10-yard penalty. Long again has all day. He'll pass over to the right side. The Eagles almost intercepted. It's in and out of their hands and somehow caught by a Waco line. It slipped right through the fingertips of Georgetown Aiden Valencia, the defensive back, and somehow Waco caught that. It was a gain of 7. It'll be second down and 13.
I was getting ready to talk about a coverage sack or a coverage incompletion with him forcing the ball out of bounds, but it went through Valencia's hands, and the Waco receiver, old tip drill going there. Good play for them, but second long.
Second down and 13 from their own 32. Handoff up the middle, somehow splits through 2 defenders to the 45. That's a Lion first down and more. Finally brought down at the 40 in Georgetown territory. On the run, it was Jaden Ridge, and Eagles could not get the tackle there on that play. It was Aiden Valencia and company trying to get him stopped.
Decent blocking from that Waco line, but he just did a good job of breaking tackles. They were trying to arm tackle him and could not bring that strong big back down. So first down into Georgetown territory for the Lions.
First down and 10 for the Lions on the Georgetown Eagle 41, moving from left to right. Waco trails 6-0 here in the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. Long and shotgun, he'll stand on the 45. His back offset to his left, triplets to the left. And the officials now will get this game in motion. Long claps once, low snap, has it, passes in the flats to the left side, and his own defender got tripped up. That's incomplete as he threw it over to the left side in the direction of his intended receiver, Jerome Ratliff, the senior.
Colby Cummings is going to be tired at the end of this game if this keeps up, because he went all the way from the right side of the defensive line out towards the receivers out there to make a play. Georgetown defense had it covered great. There wasn't, even if it was complete, it was going to be a loss of yards.
Well, they said it was coming back. He threw it behind him, so because it went out of bounds, that's a 4-yard loss on the play. It'll bring up second down and 14. Shows 13, but it's actually 4 behind from up here. Second and a long 14. Long and shotgun for the Lions, and a Georgetown.
This looks like false start.
It was a false start on the right side by the Lions, and that'll move the ball back 5.
Pre-snap penalties again.
Second down and 18 as it'll move it back 5 more for the Lions. Handoff to the right side, bouncing through defenders, and Georgetown in the backfield able to get the stop. It was Valencia again. He has been an unstoppable force on that Blue Storm tonight. More yards in the backfield. Third down and 21 coming up.
He probably wasn't really happy about that ball slipping through his fingers earlier, but that got him going again, got that charge back in him.
5:51 to go, first quarter. Georgetown leads 6-0. Waco with the ball. The penalties are hurting themselves here early. Ball resting on the 48-yard line back in Georgetown territory. They're going to let some clock run here. The play clock down to 6 seconds. They've got to hurry. Wonder if Long sees it. 2 receivers to the left, 2 backs to either side. Long around the 40. Great protection again. He's hit as he throws. This one may be intercepted. Georgetown diving forward, and it's incomplete. It was a good effort in the backfield by the Eagles. An opportunity there for Georgetown to get the interception around the 20. It just slipped right through the hands of that back for the Eagles.
4 Georgetown defenders closer to the ball than the Waco receiver was. And the quarterback didn't get his feet set, didn't get that ball thrown like he wanted to, didn't have a good base under him. Got some happy feet back there with that Georgetown defensive line bearing down on him. But fell harmlessly to the ground, so we get a punt now.
Cade Lachlan set back to receive alongside Saul De La Rosa. And the Lions will punt this one away on 4th and 21 from their own 35. Another short punt. This one will roll end over end and takes a healthy Lion roll. It took the initial bounce around the 28 all the way down to the 16-yard line. And that is where Georgetown will take over. We'll step aside and take a break. Eagle football on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network continues in a moment.
The most important team member isn't always playing in the game. Sometimes they hold a clipboard on the sideline. A good coach doesn't just call plays. They instill confidence in the individual and help the team overcome adversity. At Frost, we believe that good coaching in your financial life can accomplish the same thing. After all, if we believe in you and you believe in you, anything is possible. Frost. Opt for optimism.
Back in action here for the Eagles. First down and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Handoff up the middle, a gain of around 4. It'll bring up second down and 6. The Eagles quickly in offense here with, I believe it's Herman back in at quarterback. He will hand off. Actually, the keeper, Herman, to the left side. He floats one over to his receiver on a trickeration play to the 25 and spinning around and finally brought down on the play for the Eagles. Good reception there. It was into the hands of, it looks like that was 26 down there, who is Braden Wilson. We saw him a little bit last week, Kelly.
Nice heads-up play by the sophomore quarterback there, because he had 2 defenders bearing down on him and saw his running back tracing him, kind of like an option run out there, but just threw a little shuttle pass over to him for a decent gain.
4:35 to go, first quarter. Georgetown back with the ball here after the punt moments ago. This is their third possession of the evening. They started this drive on their own 16-yard line. Oldorp back in at quarterback. 2 receivers up top to the right, 1 down to the left. And they're going to come out here and measure the spot, Kelly. That's kind of weird here.
And I haven't seen a measurement in quite some time.
Hey, Kelly and Rob, I just got a chance to visit with Mrs. Moreno, and for a birthday this morning, happy birthday, all the kids came in and pelted RJ with a bunch of Nerf guns. So.
With friends like that.
Yeah.
They were looking for the spot for the first down, and Georgetown appears to have it as that ball is up near the 26-yard line. So it is a first down for the Eagles. Boy, Kelly, from up here, it looked like that spot was way back originally. I thought it was going to be second down and long.
I thought the same thing.
A little bit of confusion here, but they finally get it set. Georgetown will have the ball first down and 10 from their own 26. Oldorp all day in the backfield, over the center, has his man. First down and 10 to the right side, and Georgetown to the 36.
Nice drive going here for the Eagles, pushing that ball back down. They had the turnover on the last play. Forget that. Let's make it up. Let's push this ball down the field and score.
A little bit of time here as Georgetown has the ball to the 31 in Waco territory. We've got our first timeout of the afternoon, as we will send it down to David Engel on the sideline. Big play moments ago there by Oldorp.
That was Mike discipline on my part. My apologies, folks, for blowing out your ears. Big play. I think, yeah, we've got a timeout here for an injury. But I was just going to say, it's a beautiful night here in Waco. It's warm, but it's not too terribly hot, and it's just a perfect night for Texas high school football. So just a reminder also, if anybody's out there listening, to send any messages into the SHN Football Friday studio back home in Georgetown.
Appreciate that, David. David will be there all game long. That's studio number 512-508-8388. Had to pause there for a minute. 3:46 to go, first quarter, clock ticking. Georgetown, second down and 6 on the Waco 31. As Oldorp will throw to the left side, has his man at the into the hands of Bradford, and Bradford angling his way. A late hit around the 15-yard line. It is enough for a Georgetown Eagle first down, and no flag on that play.
Wow, no flag. That's kind of unbelievable. Before that remark, R.J. Moreno in the backfield with Oldorp. Whenever he was rolling out, R.J. made a great block out there on the end to keep him safe out there and give him enough time to make that play. It's a great block by R.J.
First down and 10 for the Eagles in the red zone now in the 17. As Herman back in at quarterback. He tries to put the ball up, drops it, and luckily R.J. Moreno able to hold on to it and falls on that. But my goodness, that could have been a costly turnover as Darson went to pump fake and just lost the ball, and it fell on the carpet around the 25.
He had Braden Wilson streaking across the middle wide open, and that's the second time he's tried to throw a pass, and he's lost the grip on it. So for some reason, Darson's having problems hanging on to that football. Little slick for him, but that's the second time he's tried to throw a pass and the second time the ball slipped out of his hands.
Jacob Trussell will head back over to the sideline. Second down and a long 16 for the Eagles now in the 23. Handoff in the backfield. It is R.J. Take it away, Moreno to the 16 as he angled his way out of bounds. Those registered MMA hands looking powerful here in the second game of the season.
After Darson handed the ball off, he faked a rollout around to the right, and it froze that defensive lineman on the end where he was not going to be any factor in the play at all. R.J. had a great gain. Good blocking up front by the Big Uglies.
Oldorp in shotgun. Three receivers line up in a package to the right, one lone Eagle down to the left. Third down and 9 from the 16 of the Lions. Oldorp, quick snap, looking back, good protection, right side, too high, and it's intercepted at the 5 by a Lion. Across the 20 with room to run, now across the 30, has to beat Oldorp, still on his feet, and he does, and this one may come back 95 yards for the Waco Lions.
There's a flag.
I think there's going to be a block back there that's illegal, but the Lions will maintain possession of the ball. If it is what I think it is, illegal block in the back over on that left side.
Yeah, I saw the flag down there just trying to finish up that play call, and that's the way it goes. 2:31 to go, waiting to get the official call on the field. It is a block in the back. And Waco does have the ball, though, but, man, that was just Oldorp right there. Kelly threw it right into the direction of a Waco defender and an easy play there on the interception.
Yeah, and what we've seen out of Oldorp so far this season, he's pretty accurate with his throws. I think that ball is slick for some reason. I don't know why it would be, but that ball floated on him, and, man, that's the third time it seems like the quarterback's had problems with the grip on the football. You need some old-fashioned stick-em like Golden Richards used to use.
And that will come all the way back to the 10-yard line. It would have been down to around the 5. That's unfortunate for Waco. They'll still have the ball, though.
Yeah, so the defense is going to have to make up for this. These two turnovers are not very indicative of what Georgetown usually does on the offense. They don't turn the ball over a great deal. That's twice so far today, and coaches can't be happy about that.
So after the interception, third possession here for Waco. Long on a first down and 10 will hand off to his back, dives his way forward to around the 13-yard line. A pickup of 3 or so on first down. Clock running 2:22, first quarter, 6-0 Georgetown leads.
You've got some good athletic defensive linemen for the Eagles, and they're able to shed their blocks. Waco is spreading this offense out, trying to open up the middle part of the field so that running game is a little bit more susceptible, or the defense is a little more susceptible to the run game. But those three guys up front on the defensive line are doing a great job of fighting off their blocks and making the plays.
Second down and 6 for Waco. Long will hand off to his back on the left side, and this time the Blue Storm reads it beautifully. No gain on the play.
That's another example right there. They're trying to run the ball. Georgetown's running a three-man offense and or a three-man defensive line, and sometimes you can have some success against that because you got 5-on-3 down there. But boy, those three big guys up front are doing a great job.
After no gain, third down and 6. Long, of course, shotgun and quarterback. Offset to his right is Adrian Rodriguez, the running back, with trips down. Long, high snap, rolls to the right side at the 5, throws this one, and it is incomplete out of bounds. A nice diving play there on that pass by Xavier William, but it was well out of bounds. Fourth down, the Lions will have to punt.
You're seeing some good stuff out of this sophomore quarterback for Waco as well. Good that the Georgetown defense is playing so well in their coverage that he's having to go down, work down his progressions on his throws. but he doesn't have anybody that's wide open. He doesn't have he's having to throw that ball into some pretty narrow windows, and that speaks to what the Georgetown defense is able to do with some pretty speedy receivers out there. They're throwing a zone at it. I think it's kind of confusing the Waco quarterback a bit.
4th down and 6. The Lions will punt this one away from on their own goal line. A short punt. Lachlan has it, actually sells. Lachlan will track it down at the 45 on his side of the field. Breaks through one, left side. Lachlan into Eagle territory. Out of bounds at the 45. Good defensive stand there as we send it back down to David. David, the Eagles hoping to do some damage here on their 4th possession of the night.
Absolutely, and you gotta think, Jordan Oldorp is going to be thanking the defense as they run off the field. They're going to regroup and get back out there, and they're going to keep hitting that high-power Georgetown offense like we're used to.
Georgetown will have the ball for the first time this evening in Waco territory to start things. That'll be from the Lion 46. In action here, 1:07 to go. First quarter, Eagles lead 6-0. They've got to put some more points on the board. Empty backfield. Man in motion is Moreno, who will now line up behind Herman. Moreno tries to spin around a defender, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield for a loss all the way back down to the 50. Call it a 4-yard loss on that play.
Darson had to jump up and grab that snap. He did a good job of keeping it from going over his head. Of course, as tall as he is, that would be a really high snap, but that play just didn't get the chance to get going as quickly as you want it to get going with the timing that you need. So RJ got stuck in the backfield for a loss, which doesn't usually happen.
Brandon Bradford will line up as part of a triplet package to the right. 2nd down and 14 at the dead center mark on the 50-yard line. Herman stands in shotgun on the 45. Snap back. Herman tuck and run to the right side. Has blocks across the 45. Herman powering that big sophomore frame forward. He's close to a first down at the 36. He'll be about a yard short. Good run again by Darson Herman.
Great run. Georgetown going back to the ground game. Daryl Royal once said when you throw the football, 3 things can happen and 2 of them are bad. So they've had a fumble and they've had an interception in the passing game. So maybe they're just going to say, let's run this football.
3rd down and 1 for the Eagles on the Waco 37. There is a timeout on the field. We'll step aside and take a timeout as well. Stay with the 6-0. Actually, it's the end of the quarter. Stay with the 6-0. We'll be back. That was the Glenn Patterson Realtor first quarter. We'll be right back after this.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a 3rd-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Program Insurance Group is designed to fit your insurance needs. We will help you manage and plan for all your potential risks. As professionals, we assess your needs and offer you a variety of insurance products to choose from. Service, whether it is in response to an insurance claim or general question, is the most important value we offer you. For more information, please visit PIGBCS.com.
Welcome back, Georgetown Eagle football, as we get started here in the second quarter of action. Second quarter action brought to you by Courtney Home Inspections. CourtneyHomeInspection.com. 3rd down and 1. Herman, hands off and shotgun to his back. It's RJ. Take it away, Moreno. And RJ's got a first down at the 33 in Waco territory.
That ground game is the money tonight. Now Oldorf's coming back in. We can look for maybe some passes, but Oldorf has even shown us tonight that he can run the football too.
Tommy Wilson will come in and line up as the tight end to the right side. Actually, as the halfback here. 2 receivers up to the left, 1 down to the right. Oldorp in shotgun. Moreno behind him at the 40 from the 33. Dagger as Oldorp is hit in the face. That's going to be a roughing the passer play. The ball is caught at the 30 by Georgetown. It was in the hands of the receiver there, but my goodness, Oldorp got smacked right into the face.
Yeah, that may be a targeting call because he hit him in the head.
It is roughing the passer.
Blow to the head.
Automatic first down, of course. Oh, my goodness.
Well,
Thank goodness he's okay on that one.
Sorry, that was late hit back there.
Well, that'll move the ball all the way up to the 15-yard line inside the red zone for the Eagles. Oldorp, it's quarterback, 2 receivers to either side. Moreno lines up as his back to the right in motion. Oldorp all by himself, throws over, heaves this one up. That's a hold on the right side and no call.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo.
As the Georgetown receiver, it was Moreno. He wanted the flag. He got held at the 5-yard line and no call. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he could have thrown it for holding, and he held on long enough. It could have been a pass interference because the ball was almost to him by the time he let go of his jersey. Wow, that side judge was looking right at the play, too. My goodness.
2nd down and 10 from the 14. Georgetown threatening, leading 6-0. It's Herman back in at quarterback. He'll hand off. Moreno guts it up the middle to the 5-yard line. R.J. Moreno is about a yard short from the first down.
R.J. hasn't played as much as we're used to seeing him play, so now he's finally getting the juices going, getting that running game going, pounding like he does.
Quickly in motion, 1st and goal from the 5. R.J. dancing with the stars as he tries to power forward. He'll pick up 2. There is Laundry, though, on the right side at the 5.
I think they're going to get Waco for offsides. That play may stand.
Just waiting for the call here on this one. As there is Laundry resting around the 5-yard line. David down there, I know that's way far away from you. Did you see anything on your end?
I sure did not. I'm sorry, Rob.
Yeah, you're way on the opposite end of the field.
Come on, man. You don't have the 75-yard eyes out there?
Right.
Boy, taking their time here on this one, trying to get this figured out.
Well, they may be asking if they want to take the penalty, which would be half the distance to the goal, or the result of the play, which is only going to be about a yard difference.
Again, thanks for joining us here. 11-12 to go.
12 men on the field.
12 men on the field is the call by the defense. That'll move the ball inside the 5 generously now at the 3-yard line. It is 1st down and goal for the Eagles. Herman in shotgun. Herman hands off to Moreno. Moreno, the goal line stand. He may have been inches short. Nope, he got it. 3-yard touchdown run for R.J. Take it away, Moreno. And the Eagles have a 12-0 lead with 10:57 to go here in the Courtney home inspection 2nd quarter.
They're going to go for 2. This swinging gate last week messed up. Who did we play last week?
Abilene Wiley.
Abilene Wiley. It confused them last week, so they're going for 2 to try to make up for that missed extra point. Good call here. I like it.
It is a swinging gate, maybe a false start against the Eagles as the flags fly early. Herman was in there as the quarterback. It is a false start against Georgetown. We'll see if they continue to go for this or if they're going to bring out the kicker. Yep.
Here comes the kick team.
Matt Diaz set for the extra point attempt. Georgetown leads 12-0. Again, 10:57 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Coaches are sitting right next to us, and you can hear the frustration from those penalties. I don't want to turn where they can see me laughing, but
yeah, we're right next to them, Kelly. Be careful.
Yeah. And they can hear us too. So
25-yard attempt by Matt Diaz. They bobble the snap. The holder has it. He is looking to pass and corralled and be slammed down on the right side near the 20-yard line. I don't know if that was a design play. I think he just bobbled it as he was looking over to the right side. The holder there is Jacob Ramos. And again, for Georgetown, they're struggling early with those extra point attempts, Kelly.
That's the 4th time there's been a grip problem with the ball. Dave, when we get to the half, ask the coach if there's something going on with the footballs, man, because they are having a hard time hanging on to those footballs.
Yeah, for sure. And I believe we saw that same problem against Abilene Wiley. Ramos bobbled the snap for an extra point. So that's I'm sure that's something they're going to be trying to shore up this week.
Put some gloves on everybody. Some of the Odell Beckham Jr. gloves.
Appreciate all of our friends joining us. Jack Ward, thank you. Julie saying go Eagles. Barb Williams listening from Nova Scotia, Canada. Thank you, Barb, for joining us. Sean Williams is streaming from the University of Reno. Go Taco. We'll make sure he brings the hot sauce, Sean. Appreciate all of our wonderful listeners out there tonight. Man, it takes a while to get into the rhythm. I did college football last week, and it's like I have to reset my gears, Kelly, and go back here to high school. I said, look, if I'm going to call college this year, I'm still going to try to get out there and call Georgetown. Man, I love these kids, love this community. Born and raised here, wouldn't miss it for the world, and wouldn't miss being here with you and Dave, man.
Well, we're glad to have you back, man. It's always fun to call these games, but love calling with you. Glad to have you back, buddy.
Kickoff on the way. This is a short kick from left to right. It'll take a drop in front of the 25. Waco has it across the 30 and met several of the Georgetown special teams unit. And that'll be down at the 35-yard line with 10:51 to go. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Georgetown leads 12-0 here in the second quarter.
Royce Electric is a proud supporter of the Georgetown Eagles. Royce Electric also wishes Kaylee Biondo a great year. Go Eagles! Royce Electric, Harker Heights, Texas.
Back in action, Waco with the ball. First down and 10, long in shotgun, and a little bit of communication issues here on the sideline. He'll line up with two receivers to either side from his own 34-yard line. Handoff to the right side, glacing through several defenders, but only a gain of one after about a 5-yard parallel run to the right side.
He actually pulled that ball out from the running back and kept it. There's a quarterback keeper, and man, he hung on. He held on to that ball for a long time.
I think we may have lost the crowd mic there on the right side. That's not our fault. So if you're only hearing it out of one ear, that's why. Appreciate the hospitality of the folks here at Waco, though. Always fun to be here at Waco ISD Stadium. Ball on their own 35 after the 1-yard gain. Long will step back. A defender coming in. Able to throw this one to the right side. It should be intercepted. Leaping out. Intercepted at the 20 by Aaron Buzzell. And Buzzell at the 20-yard line spins around and finally brought down, but that's an interception. The Eagles get the takeaway. And Buzzell coming up gingerly here after that grab. Great job by the 6'3", 190-pound junior for the Eagles back at the 20.
Great job of reading that pass out of his hand and turning and running downfield. It was going to be over Buzzell's head, but he made up the distance and made a good interception. Turned around looking for some help from one of his blockers, but his blocker was too far up the field from him, so he wound up getting wrapped up by 2 or 3 Lions. But Eagles ball, and that's the turnover they needed. So maybe they can turn this into some points, make up for those 2 turnovers we've had.
First down and 10 for Georgetown, their 5th possession of the night, their 2nd of this second quarter. It is Herman and shotgun. Tuck and pass over to the left side. Has a man in front, and it's incomplete. He threw it right in the middle of that Bermuda Triangle at the 40-yard line on the left side. That was in the direction of several players for Georgetown, particularly Jacob Trussell.
Darson needed a play where he hung onto the ball, was able to stand in the pocket, set his feet and throw the ball, shake off some of the butterflies from throwing his first pass, and now we're rolling.
Second down and 10 from their own 20. Darson will keep it here, trying to find daylight as he runs parallel to the left at the 15. Now spins around a Tony Romo scramble, but he's going to go down way back around the 7-yard line. He tried to pull some drastic moves out back there, Kelly, but couldn't find the open field.
He got strung out there. Waco had 3 defenders out there on him, and that's one of those sophomore mistakes. He'll learn. Sometimes you just got to eat it, live to fight another day, fall in the football, and because he wound up losing 7 more yards from where they initially had him.
Cade Lachlan will line up as a triplet package down to the right alongside Brandon Bradford. Nobody up top to the left, third and a long 21 as Oldort back in at quarterback. He'll stand at the 1-yard line, dumps this one over the middle into the hands of Isaiah Fillmore. Fillmore saying, fill some more of this baby to the 25-yard line. He's well short of the first down at the 30, but Isaiah Fillmore, after 1 reception last week, 49 yards, gets a little quick one here for the Eagles to give that punter some breathing room.
Yeah, this is the Eagles' first 3 and out, but there's not many plays in the playbook when it's 3rd and Temple for your first down, and man, they had a long way to go. just hoping Isaiah could do something a little bit more, but gave him some room. Now let's see if we can change that field over with a punt.
Cade Lachlan set back to punt this one away from the 10, and a flag flies.
False
Possibly
start.
another false start here. David, you were down on it.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like false start. I was looking at the clock, didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, I felt that whenever David said, yeah.
I was like, what just happened there?
That's like they taught us in church back in the day in church choir. If you didn't know what to sing, you just start singing watermelon really low. Watermelon, water. And that's what you do. Or you just say any fruit, banana, apple. And your voice always works, man. There you go, David. That's your choir technique of the day, brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Timeout by Waco High. We'll step aside and take a quick timeout as well. Stay with us. Apples, bananas, and grapes. We'll be right back. 12-0 your score. 8:19 to go. We'll be right back. Friends, fourth down coming up.
Owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com.
Fourth down and 10. Georgetown will punt this one away from their own 20. Low snap, right toe to leather. A low-selling punt here will remain in Eagle territory, and it takes a Waco bounce, darting its way back to the 46-yard line, and that is great starting field position for the Waco Lions, trailing 12-0.
One of the Waco players kept moving towards the ball. Coach is yelling at him when the play was whistled dead. That's got to be a line coach. It's not as big as he is. Boy, he went out there and got him some of that. Don't do that. When they start yelling, Peter, 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 that means get away from the football, and he was not getting away from the football.
A defensive setup. The end is Connor Cummins, the nose, Braden Hargrove, Bandit tonight, Colby Cummings, Sam, Mike, and Wills, Noah Maidlow, Taylor Bill and Matt Anderson. Safety, Sal De La Rosa, John Miranda, Dre Langhorn, Aaron Bazell, and Taco Williams. First down, flags fly, run up the middle for Waco from the Georgetown 46. This one may be coming back, though, on a hold.
Yeah, it's a felony hold back there. It was a great tackle.
Kelly's saying that because he used to work for the GPD. So you got all those terminology down, man. You bring it into football. Up-to-date stats here, courtesy of Galen Welnicki. Georgetown, 17 rushes for 75 yards, 72 passing yards, 6 for 11. The quarterback's 1 interception. 28 plays, 147 yards. First and 20 from the 44. Waco heaves this one up. It's intercepted at the 40 by Georgetown. 45-50, right side, out of bounds. And the Eagles pick up their second interception of the afternoon. It's Sal De La Rosa, and Georgetown has it again.
There was another late hit out of bounds with
time.
no flag. Unbelievable. I mean, and it's not even the penalty yardage I'm worried about. Protect the players. My goodness. Okay. So great play. Quarterback got absolutely blasted. Cummings got back there, and I didn't see who was in the middle and hit him. They both hit him at the same time. He got absolutely blasted, and that's why that ball fluttered. And we had the interception. So now we're even in the turnover battle. Let's put some points on the board.
I think we're ahead by one now. 2 interceptions, 1 turnover for Waco. First down and 10 for the Eagles on the Waco 45. In shotgun is Oldorp. He will hand off up the middle to his running back, Ryan Eady. And Eady powers his way forward to the 41-yard line. Good little pickup there by Eady. Extraco Bank's one of our sponsors. We appreciate his dad, Greg Eady, for sponsoring Georgetown Eagle football this season.
He's gotten several carries tonight, and we're calling the names of a lot of juniors and sophomores. This is a young team. Speaks well for the future.
Edie in the backfield. Instead, Oldorp throws to the left side over to Isaiah Fillmore. Whistles are blowing, though, early. Fillmore about a yard short there on that left hash mark to the 36. We'll see here, though. I heard whistles before that play started, Kelly. Maybe I'm hearing things. No flag.
Yeah, I thought I heard whistles, too.
I need to go get my head checked out after this. Third down and a short one on the left hash from the Waco 36. Oldorp, he keeps it to the left side, dives his way forward. That's an Eagle first down at the 34.
Good things starting to happen now. Who was the Kansas City coach said, let's keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
There you go, matriculating.
Man, I've got Golden Richards in. I've got matriculating the ball down the field.
Again, apologize on the scoreboard, trying to keep that updated here. Handoff, it is Edie, and Edie picks up a few to the 31-yard line in between the hash marks. His line pushing him forward, and Georgetown finally starting to find a little bit of running rhythm here. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Eagles. Call it actually 8, 2nd and 8. Boy, it looked like he ran for 3 or 4, but they pushed him back, and they don't get the forward progress. 2nd and 8. From the Waco 32. High snap again, Edie. Edie tries to find a gap between the middle. He'll bring the ball up to the 31 near that left hash mark. Georgetown 3rd down and long coming up.
It's good to see have another running back that can put positive yards on the board. You keep R.J. Marino fresh. I think he's been sick this week, but you keep him fresh. And at the end of the game, boy, you got some push there with R.J. and those strong legs, that strong running, and Edie's showing us some good running, strong running.
Waco runs a 4-2-5 defense, 3rd down and 5 from the 29. It's R.J. Moreno as he lowers his right shoulder, angling his way out of bounds. He's well short of the first down as he ran parallel to the left side for about 8, but he only brought it up forward about a couple. It'll be 4th down and 3.
You know you've got a big, strong running back there. Whenever you've got 4 defenders laying on the ground next to him out of bounds, and there's only one white jersey over there.
4th down and 3 for Georgetown. They'll go for it on the Waco 27. Oldorp all day over the middle, and that one incomplete to the right side. It was Isaiah Fillmore trying to climb the ladder, but he couldn't find the paint bucket. It'll be a turnover on downs for the Eagles.
That's the second time that ball's really sailed on Oldorp. And, man, I just can't help but think there's something with the footballs tonight. They're having a difficult time really hanging on to them, getting those rockets down the field.
12-0 your score. The Eagles lead, 5:24 to go. Waco will have the ball for the 6th time tonight, as they are still nursing that goose egg, trying to break it away. Someone break the egg open is what Waco's saying. 1st down and 10 from their own 27. They'll move from right to left. Waco in the gray jerseys, gray pants, red socks, red hats with numbers in white. On the helmets and on the back in red. Over to the right side, it's a run and slammed down after a gain of a few on the play. Great job by, believe that was Taylor Bill?
Yep.
Easy to spot Taylor out there, one of the biggest bodies, a linebacker taking care of business. Brings up 2nd down for Waco. Quickly in motion. This time darting back forward and powering his way forward on that play. Jerome Ratliff, the wide receiver, comes in and plays running back. He'll pick up a few. It'll bring up 3rd down. Actually, 1st down on that play, Kelly.
Yeah, Cummings got back there and had a chance to stop him for a loss, but he was able to slip away from Cummings and gain just enough yardage for the 1st down.
Long in shotgun. 2 backs to either side. 2 receivers to the left. He'll hand up the middle to the 45-yard line, about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Waco finding rhythm. It was Jaden Ridge, the senior running back and also linebacker. A lot of these guys play double sides here, Kelly.
Referees didn't see it, but there was a chop block right in the middle of the line right there. And fortunately, number 44 got back up without any problems.
2nd down and 3, a fumble all the way back to the 25. And was that Davion Long? He had to fall back onto that ball for the Waco Lions. Oh, baby, that's a big loss. That one just got away from him. And, however, this may be coming back up, Kelly.
Yeah, this line judge on this side threw a flag.
David down there across from us. I know that angle for you, David, hard to see. Did you catch anything?
I sure did not. There it
Oh,
is.
man.
Offsides on the defense.
might have been why they were scrambling there. They saw him coming.
I don't know who he was looking at or what he saw, but I was looking right down that line, and we had nobody in that zone.
A drive for Waco that started on their own 27 after the ball goes back. That one negated after the offsides by the Eagles brings the ball to the left hash mark at the 50. It's Long in shotgun with backs behind him. Long rolls to the left, Taylor Bill chasing him. Long at the 35, still on his feet, going backwards. The Blue Storm is going to sack him at the 35 out of bounds. Oh, baby, what a hit!
That was going to be a pass out there on the after he handed the ball off. He was running out there to pass, looking for somebody. Coverage was there, and the defensive line was on him fast. That play completely broke down, and that makes up for that penalty that just got called.
It was
right
Braden Hargrove down there, and he changed his last name to Have a Grave as he slammed him out of bounds.
Oh, that was a great play by the defense. Coverage was great. Great penetration on the line. Couldn't let that play develop.
Second down and a long 22 for the Lions on their own 38. Pass over to the right side. Breaks through a defender. Finally the ankle tackle around the Georgetown 47. On the play, Davian Long threw it to the right side. Into the hands, I believe. Was that Xavier Williams? Didn't catch that down there.
Yeah, and then Valencia came over and made a great play out there on the tackle to keep that from being a first down.
After a 2nd and 22, a pickup brings it to 3rd and 8 for Waco on the Georgetown 48. Long, hands off up the middle. His back trying to power his way forward. He'll be stopped 3 yards short on the right hash mark. A little bit of push and shove action here after the play. 4th down coming up.
The offensive line for Waco has changed what they're doing a little bit because they're starting to do some cut blocks down there, get the defenders off their feet, and they are hanging on for dear life because to this point the defensive line has really controlled that line of scrimmage, and I've seen some frustration from the Waco offensive line guys, but they did a good job moving people out of the way on that play.
Colby Cummings, one of those big bodies down there in the Georgetown's front 3 here, 4th and 4. Coach Patterson's defense trying to hold for the Eagles. Waco on the Georgetown 44. Long heaves one up into the air. This one coming back, and it is pushed off, but incomplete at the 10-yard line. A turnover on downs. Georgetown Blue Storm coming up huge again. Aaron Bazell had an opportunity to pull that one down. After the push-off, though, he couldn't get to it, Kelly.
Well, in that circumstance, we want to knock that one to the ground. But, man, they are getting away with some stuff that 2 referees were looking at the play and didn't see it.
Looks like you just have to play through it here. One of our network partners over at Leander sent us... That's pretty funny. It's just funny. In the group me, it's a bunch of dogs running around on the field out there. That is crazy. We'll get back in action here. 1st down and 10 for the Eagles. They'll start from their own 44. Over to the left side, it's RJ taking away Moreno to the 40-yard line. That's a 1st down for the Eagles.
That's the RJ we're used to seeing right there. Boy, that's a good strong run. Nothing in the middle where that play was designed to go, but he bounced it outside, beat the defenders to the corner, and turned that into a 1st down game. What a great run.
1st down and 10 here in the Courtney Home Inspection 2nd quarter. 2:12 to go. Georgetown leads 12-0 on the Waco 45. Hand off to the left side. This time again, the back up near the 40-yard line. It was R.J. Moreno with a 5-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd down and manageable.
Waco just got beat on the previous play out to that left, to their right side, so they shifted a couple of linebackers over towards that side, and they just got beat back to the right side of the Georgetown line.
Herman quickly in action, 2 receivers to either, throws a dart in the direction of Lachlan at the 20. It's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
That running game has set up those pass plays. The quarterbacks just aren't able to put the ball where it needs to be. If they can, this game, we'll put some points on the board, but that running game is really looking good.
Alex Manana down there as part of that right tackle. Jacob Estrada, the right guard. Alex Till, the center. Left guard, Trey Flores. Left tackle, Connor Heffernan. 3rd down and 5 for Georgetown. From the 40 of Waco. Oldorp this time. Left side. Has Moreno. Has the dump. Has the 1st down as he powers his way forward. Baby, bring those MMA hands as he's powering his way to the 30 for the first down.
Golly, I love seeing those runs. That little swing pass out there. Defender breaks down. He's in a good position and then winds up with a face full of R.J. Marino. That was awesome.
Triplets line up quickly here as the Georgetown offense finding its cylinders. First down and 10 from the Waco Lion 30. Herman back in at quarterback. He'll fake to Moreno. Herman, the sophomore, powering his way forward to the 17-yard line. That's a healthy gain of 12 on first down. The Eagles back in the red zone.
You see they start having a lot of success when they can keep that rhythm going, keep those plays going. Something doesn't happen. They've kicked up the pace of this. Now you got an injured player. I think there's a cramp issue for one of the Waco players. Kind of takes the momentum away a little bit, but boy, Georgetown got that rhythm going in that offense, and you can just tell when they're feeling it and when it's clicking.
Tyler Fithian out there as one of the receivers to the left side when play resumes alongside Brandon Bradford and Cade Lachlan. Actually, Fillmore will break out to the right. The cramp there for the Waco player, able to come out under his own pressure. Boy, last week I was in New Mexico calling for the Bearcats on KSAM FM in Huntsville. We were in New Mexico. 25 players with cramps. They put IVs in about 13 of them. That ought to tell you something. First down and 10 in the red zone. It's Herman to Moreno. Moreno tries to find the gap. Wow, he leaps over a defender across the 10-yard line. Somebody went to acrotech gymnastics growing up.
Now RJ's feeling it now. You can tell that. That defender went low and RJ just hurtled right over him.
There is an injured Waco Lion on the field. RJ a couple of yards short of the first down. He picks up 8, and it'll be second down and 2. They've got to get to the 8-yard line for the first down. With 1:04 to go here in the second quarter, Georgetown leads 12-0. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this.
Your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident. How would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105.
Friday Night Lights back in action. Georgetown threatening second down and a short one from the Waco 9. Herman to the left side, up, touchdown for the Eagles. On the left side, it was into the hands. And a touchdown for the Eagles of 9 yards. I believe that was Jacob Trussell, if I'm not mistaken. Was that 14?
Yeah, it was. Jacob Trussell.
A tight end getting the action here and got the first down. Here's that swinging gate again on the two-point conversion. Boy, Georgetown moving quickly here. Low snap. Herman punt fakes once. He's got room to run. Just tuck and run, Herman. There he goes. Herman's got the two-point conversion. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. That's Darson's first touchdown pass as a varsity quarterback. Good for him.
We'll keep it right here. David, we saw it from here. We said, Darson, just run. You've got room, buddy.
Absolutely. You can see it from here. Mr. Moreno behind me said, run.
I'm about to have to tackle Rob up here, man. He's jumping up.
We're just trying to give him some, saying, hey, you got to run that one in, big boy.
I'm going to have to make a goal line stand right here.
It's funny. I was talking to Mr. Moreno. He said that this year RJ wanted to hurdle some folks, and Mr. Moreno said, just be careful.
That's one. We'll keep the Moreno hurdle tally count.
Yeah.
That's one.
But Jacob Trussell, I'm sure y'all saw it. He went high up in the corner of the end zone. If there had been a DB nearby, they wouldn't have had a chance. He was so tall.
53 seconds to go here in the Courtney Home Inspections second quarter. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Kelly Duvall, David England down on the sidelines. Thanks for being with us tonight. Took us a little while to get going and find our rhythm, but we've got it rolling now. Tremendously blessed to work alongside of all of these guys. David bringing a great perspective from the sidelines. Kelly up here, well, that's just Kelly.
Thanks. Good to be here, Rob.
We got to give him a hard time, David. You know, what is he's a second responder, David?
That's right.
See, now you're stealing.
Kickoff on the way by Georgetown. Kelly's turning red. He's going to pop me. Bounces around the 20. Georgetown tackled him. Boy, the Eagles had an opportunity there to pick that one down around the 20. It was Zane Quick with a quick action, and luckily Waco fell on it. They'll have the ball here to start things on their 7th possession of the afternoon. Kelly, you know I've got to give you a hard time, buddy.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
There's no mute button on this board either, Kelly.
I'm
I just
sensitive.
have to turn you, man.
I'm tender.
We love you, Kelly.
Nothing but love.
52 seconds to go. Galen Welnicki up here in the booth with us alongside Joshua Harris of the Oak Ridge Disciple House. You've heard their ads. We appreciate the generous support of Oak Ridge. They help keep us going on operational sides with their monthly assistance. We appreciate you, Josh. 1st and 10 from the 17 for Waco. Long will hand off in the backfield to his running back who dives forward. It's Jaden Ridge, and Ridge has enough for a first down.
Georgetown defense was really stretched out to avoid a long pass play, and that opened up a good run play for Waco, but 40 seconds left in this quarter.
The ball at the 32-yard line. Waco again handoff, lowering his shoulder to the left side around the 34-yard line. I believe that was Ridge, the ball carrier again. Good sportsmanship out there, too. Coming up and giving him a pat on the back for Georgetown was Braden Hargrove. I love seeing that, Kelly.
I do, too, and whenever one team feels like they're getting dominated, sometimes you can start to get a little chippy, and you saw some of the linemen for Waco a little bit earlier starting to get frustrated that the defensive line was controlling that line of scrimmage so much. But now you're starting to see players helping each other up, patting each other on the back. Good sportsmanship, like you said, Rob, and that's what you want to see.
Appreciate Dude 949 joining us. Get some post-victory burgers at Waco In and Out.
He was here watching last week.
Well, David England will try to grab Coach Chuck Griffin as he heads into the locker room. We've still got 31 seconds, though, before we get that halftime interview. Georgetown leads 20-0. 2nd down and a long 4 coming up for Waco. They've got the ball on their own 34. Long and shotgun. He'll stand with both feet straddled on the 28-yard line. Hash mark left side wide open into the hands and quickly out of bounds for the first down. It was the receiver on that play, Corey Taylor, the senior, for the first down. More importantly, Kelly, he goes out of bounds with 27 seconds to go.
Yeah, and that's why Waco's head coach took that time out.
Quickly back, long shotgun, 2 receivers to either side, back to his right. Pass over once again, quick slant pattern to the 49-yard line. The reception again, Corey Taylor. And this time will be stopped about 3 yards short. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for the first down. 2nd and 3, ball resting on the 49. Waco back on their side on the left hash mark. Long shotgun, back offset to his left is Jaden Ridge. He'll pass to the flats to Ridge at the 45. And the Blue Storm there to stop him. No gain on the play. The tackle coming up with the initial hit. Taylor Bill and company saying, get that out of here, baby.
Rob, on this timeout, I just want to point out there's 2 lifetime Longhorn coaches on the field tonight. Coach Kwame Cavill, the head coach for the Waco Lions, and then Mike Adams, the wide receiver coach for Georgetown. So you got 2 very prominent former Longhorn players out on the field tonight. Just a little trivia, a little fun out there. I'm sure they had something to say to each other. Big ball game coming up in Austin tomorrow.
We are in a timeout here in the Courtney Home Inspection 2nd quarter. Don't start saying Longhorns. Half of y'all up here will start going crazy. You may have heard Joshua Harris there in the background, man. He and Kelly are going to start going crazy. I'm hoping for a Bearcat victory. That's the color of orange that I bleed now. It's a better orange, too.
My daughter's a Sam Houston. What? Traffic cone orange?
Yeah, it's called, hey, a warning. You better watch out.
Yeah.
I don't bleed orange. If you bleed orange, you better go to the doctor.
Yeah, something's wrong.
That's why I like the Aggies. That is more of a regular color to bleed, wouldn't I? Wouldn't that be right, Kelly?
I'm done talking to you, man.
We love you. We love the radio audience. Thanks for joining us. 3rd and 3 for Waco on their own 49. Long and shotgun. His back offset to the right is Ridge. Punt fake, now a handoff to the left side. Ridge cuts back around to the 46. The clock will continue to run, and I think that Waco may just let this one run out here. The time clock up here, they stopped the game clock, which I found is kind of funny.
Down.
Now they go.
It's a first down.
It was a first down. They stopped it. Now it's running, and they spiked the ball with 4 seconds to go on the game clock. Again, 4 seconds, 20-0 your score as Georgetown leads. And Waco will get this ball back to start things in the third quarter. So you know that they're going to try to punch a ticket here, Kelly.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. They called that timeout to stop the clock, and then they ran the football. I was kind of expecting them to try something deep downfield. They have to now. It's going to be the last play of the half, but kind of curious to run the ball off the left side.
Georgetown, of course, will keep their big three up front, the secondary up. This one knocked up out of bounds. Taylor Bill with a nice skyrocket slam down, baby. He said, bring the WWE. That was actually Hunter Springer, the SHN Sports Georgetown player of the game last week. Springer smacking it down. And we will keep it right here as David England will try to grab head coach Chuck Griffin for a very quick interview. David down there with Chuck Griffin. David, down to you.
Rob, Kelly, got Chuck Griffin here, head coach. What are we seeing anything with the footballs? Are they slick or anything like that?
I think it's a little hot. We're a little sweaty, and maybe they're a little bit slick. But right now, we just got to take care of our mistakes. We left a few points on the board just because we made some mistakes. Defense is playing lights out. Great job by defense. Offensively, we just got to keep moving the football, and it's about the football. We got to take care of the football.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Good luck. Rob, Kelly, back up to you.
David, appreciate you. We'll step aside and take a quick break, and we will go over some area scores, and then we will send it to the SHN Sports Football Friday before we let Kelly talk about those scores. We'll keep it right here. Kelly, go ahead and go over those scores, then we'll send it over to Stephen Stun and Justin Simmons back in studio.
All right, some of the scores in district with Georgetown. Cedar Park and Cedar Ridge are going at it. Cedar Park leads 17-7 at the half. Rouse is leading 14-7 over the Anderson Trojans right now while they play. Conley is at Del Valley and leading and behind at the half, 19-14 to Del Valley as well. Manor is up 27-20 on Coppers Cove, and Hutto is up at halftime on Liberty Hill, 21-14. On Thursday night, Leander lost to Pflugerville, 27-20, and that's it from the district.
From the district. Well, folks, thanks for joining us. The Rob Hipp Insurance Halftime starts here in just a few moments. We will now send it over to the Georgetown Jewelry broadcast studio. It's Stephen Stun, Justin Simmons, already in progress. We'll be back in about 20 or so minutes. Enjoy this halftime, and remember to subscribe on YouTube. 20-0 your score. We'll be back here in a little bit. Thank you.
Blanked right now as the Stony Point Tigers lead 14-0 in the start of the second. This game on SHN Sports, Georgetown currently ahead 12-0 against Waco High. I know we will check into that game a little bit later on here this evening. Another game on SHN Sports, and we knew it was going to be a good one, Steven, and right now it is looking pretty good. 14-14 between the Hippos and the Panthers of Liberty Hill. That one we talked about earlier, like, do these games really matter? And it's kind of like, well, depending on how it goes for your team, yes and no. But this one totally seems like it is one of those games where the winner has a heavy tone set for the rest of the year that can take them very far in the state playoffs. As we move on through the rest of the Grand Endeavor home scoreboard update, Marble Falls and Burnett. It looks more like a baseball score than a football score, Stephen, as it's 9-5 as the Burnett Eagles currently lead over Marble Falls. Elgin against Brian Rudder, 14-7 for Elgin. Blanco and St. Michael's tied at 7 in the second quarter. Smithson Valley ahead of Hendrickson, 28-15, also in the second. Round Rock currently leads Belton, 17-10. Smithsville, they have a 27-7 advantage over the former Lanier High School, which is currently now Novato High School. They still remain the Vikings either way. New Bronzeville Canyon, we just checked back out of that game. Currently down to the Patriots of Eastview on SHN Sports, 28-7. New Bronzeville's the Unicorns lead the Seguin team as the Tigers are behind 17-13. Comfort and Hyde Park 21-6 in favor of Comfort. Fort Worth All Saint going against Austin Regent 16-9 for the team from the DFW. Hayes and Dripping Springs still tied at 0-0. And then you have Manor looking to bounce back after their loss to Wesco East last Saturday. They are currently ahead of Copris Cove 13-7. And here at SHN Sports, Stephen, you know, we have a lot of love for the Georgetown community. That's where the Georgetown Jewelry SHN Football Friday studio is located, and we happen to have a lot of great talent in the area, and we've been fortunate to see some of that talent on Saturdays, as opposed to just under the lights on Friday nights.
Yeah, a common familiar name around this area as we come to you live from Georgetown. Former Eagle, just a few years ago, Bo Corrales, getting some playing time over the weekend for North Carolina.
Oh, look at that!
Ended up actually catching the game-winning touchdown, just a really nice throw to the corner of the end zone here from North Carolina, and Bo just in the right spot, going up at the right moment, as he did so many times here for Georgetown, obviously. And I mean, we knew what he was capable of. We saw this all the time for Georgetown, and it's just awesome, as you said, being able to see him do it on Saturdays, and just makes such a difference. I mean, this was the game winner.
Yeah, I mean, rough go last year, having to battle through some injury, but we saw him make plays like this many times wearing the Eagles uniform. But to do this in front of so many on the opening day of the college football season for his squad, with Mac Brown, the new head coach over at North Carolina, I mean, look at the adjustment he has to make just to bring this ball down. I mean, you can go through the drills as many times as you would like, but I don't think you could just teach that. That has a lot of natural feel to making a play with that spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people saw that video go around of Mac Brown dancing.
Oh yeah.
Down in the locker room afterwards, and then I mean, now we know big part of their reason for that is because Bojangles coming down with the catch, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's a clutch catch. He put his team ahead, and in their game against South Carolina, as they had that little border war, if you will. But man, what a catch. I mean, that one was all over the highlights this past weekend, so we'll see what the former Georgetown Eagle can do this coming weekend. And we tend to stick around with just high school football here on this show, but we can't ignore the fact that there is a huge game about to take place just down the road off of I-35 in the state capitol tomorrow. I mean, the whole shebang is going to be there.
Oh man, you're telling me. I grew up here. I think you've lived here quite a while.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited for game day will be here from ESPN. I'm just so excited for a big game that means something, and people are excited for and ready to get behind.
There's something about a big game. I have friends calling me that I haven't spoken to in a while, and they're like, "Hey, you want to get together for the game?" It's like, I didn't think you guys watch football. We don't, but it's such a big game. We have to. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's great. Well, then, yeah, I'm down to chill."
Right.
It's basically how it's gone so far. So, I'm expecting. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out for Texas, but it'll be interesting to see. Again, it's live. I keep on wanting to say live TV, but it's not necessarily live TV. It's live. It's live streaming.
Yeah, it's a live stream. Yeah.
It's a live show, so yeah, you'll see us make adjustments to the equipment here sometimes, just to be comfortable, because we're going to be here a while. We'll be here until 12 a.m., so until Saturday, just to make sure that we have you all squared away with all your scores, your winners, your losers, and what to expect in the next coming week as well, and some of the bigger plays of the evening. And of course, we are also looking for your content. Please share with us. We would love to be able to put what you're sending over to us on the video board behind us and out to everybody else that is watching here this evening. All you have to do is tweet at us at SHN Sports using the hashtag SHN Football Friday and interact with us. And don't forget, we also have the call line as well, as Stephen will be taking care of the voicemails, making sure that everything that you're saying is prim and proper, and that we can air it and share it with everybody else out there
making
in
the
streaming
catch
land.
out of bounds for Canyon. They're ruling that incomplete, but good grief,
Oh yeah,
it
absolutely.
was.
Actually, speaking of, we're gonna try to get ahead.
It was Justin Nazer on making the pressure on Dallas Gomez.
We're gonna try
Jordan
to get a hold of
Oswald on
our
the
guy,
coverage.
Doppler Dave.
Somebody missed a block
down
there and
at
is going to
the,
get reamed in Canyon's film review tomorrow morning.
All right, if they don't
He's
get
on the
it
road.
at halftime,
Waco.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he's in Waco.
Or
Yeah,
whenever
over at
they
Waco.
go back to
We'll
the
try to
sideline.
see. He's covering the Georgetown game.
And again, we'll flip to that game, among others, on the SHN Family Networks.
Team's just
We
moving a
have
little
many
slowly. They look a little bit
throughout not
deflated
just Central
by it.
Texas,
Yeah,
but
they've
also in
looked
the
at
DFW
sometimes
area
they
as
pull
well as West Texas. And it
Gomez
sounds
takes
like
the
we
snap,
have
runs
Doppler
back,
Dave.
throws over the middle. He's got a man open deep
like
and
he
makes the
might get that.
catch.
But we know we have a
and
big catch being
is
made
able
over
to
in ECU.
get past his defender and for the touchdown. That was Cowan.
Wow, on the call there, Travis Banks, Mike Francis doing a great job. Keep everybody updated. One of the many games that you can find on the network. And don't forget, talking about the network, obviously you found us, but don't forget, hit the subscribe button and then go hit the little bell so you can be notified when this show and any other broadcast that we have for SHN Sports goes live.
And we should be hearing from Rob here. Rob, are you with us?
Hey, what's up, Steven? Can you guys hear me?
Hey, yeah, we can hear you loud and clear now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. Georgetown leading here 20-0 at the half. We are at Waco University Stadium. Been a good game so far for the Eagles. They came out firing early. Tonight's one of those games where Georgetown really has to continue their momentum. They started out good against Abilene Wiley, and they're continuing that here in this one. So we'll see what the second half has.
Rob, the smash here. Let me ask you, who's been the big player for the Eagles offensively and defensively here this evening so far?
I mean, again, tonight we're seeing that dual threat quarterback that we saw against Abilene Wiley, a combination of Jordan Oldorf and Darson Herman. Those two guys, I mean, Darson's only a sophomore, and so you look at the way that he runs, the way that he can handle the ball. Now, he does have some issues dropping balls out there when he's trying to line up to pass, but other than that, Darson, a big body, I think we're only going to see that young man continue to get better. You talk about Oldorf as too. Oldorf doesn't really have much of the running ability, but he's got a lot of passing ability. We saw some big plays from him in this one as well early.
What do you think that Georgetown needs to do here tonight to kind of just make sure that they sustain and look to go 2-0 as to get ready for a second half? Any other adjustments that they can make?
I think they just keep playing the way that they're playing, honestly. They've got to limit penalties. We've seen a few of those here to start things. But other than that, Georgetown has been good. Their defense has looked really well. The defense has forced 2 turnovers. We saw that last week as they forced 5 of them. If you go back and look here in the first half for Georgetown, they picked up 14 first downs compared to only 5 for Waco. So you talk about a team in Georgetown that continues to move the ball, gets those first downs. That's where they've got to continue. Georgetown dropped the ball once. They've got 3 penalties for 15 yards. So really, let me go back and say the penalties tonight for Georgetown, it's really been in favor of Waco. They've got 7 for 70. Georgetown has only had to punt the ball once. They've rushed for 121 compared to 43 for Waco. Georgetown just really looking well here. Again, they've got to continue. Coach talked about it. He's happy with the defense is playing. One of his keys here as he went off into the second half and into halftime, he said Georgetown has got to continue to move the ball on offense. If we see that, we'll come out of here with a victory, which will set us up nicely for next week.
Again, we're on the line with the play-by-play man, Rob Hipp, over in Waco, currently covering the Georgetown Eagles tonight. You can capture that game live here on SHN Sports. Rob, let me just ask you one more thing, just in case people don't know. They should know you're a very busy man. So after tonight, when are you heading on that plane? When are you getting on that car so you can get to where the Bearcats
No plane. Luckily, no plane tonight. I'll head back to Georgetown. It's only about an hour and 5-minute drive here from South Waco back to North Georgetown, where I live. And then tomorrow morning, I'll be up bright and early, heading to Huntsville as the Bearcats take on Oklahoma Panhandle State University, where we will see, starting for Oklahoma, Tony Brown, who used to go to West Point, was that star quarterback at Gerald many years ago. Stephen called those games, so it'll be a nice reunion for me to go down there and see Tony. But, of course, I bleed a different color of orange. I bleed Bearcat orange, and we're hoping for a Bearcat victory. And LSU, go get them. Go Saints.
Oh, man. Okay. Had to throw that in there. All right. Well, we appreciate it, Rob. We'll let you get back to that second half, and I'm really looking forward to tuning in, and I want to see what Tony Brown can do against your Bearcats.
You got it, man. And, hey, stay on the line, Steven, on your personal number. I'm going to text you a credit card number so you guys can get some pizza tonight.
Hey, sounds great. We appreciate that, Rob.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys. Y'all are rocking it.
All right. Rob Hipp, once again, the voice of the Georgetown Eagles, also the voice of the Sam Houston Bearcats. On the call currently on SHN Sports at halftime, it's 20-0 Georgetown against Waco University or Waco High on the road at Waco in that contest. And like he said, if they can kind of just sustain what they're doing right now, they can easily see themselves at 2-0 as they kind of rumbled right through their competition.
Of course, Gerald leading at halftime. I believe their audience is tuned in as well. As the Cougars, we just mentioned Tony Brown, former Gerald quarterback there, about to take on the team that Rob Hipp now calls in college. They're in Huntsville, so Tony Brown coming back to Texas for that game will be awesome.
How cool is that, though?
It's all It's
had
great.
Those games here on SHN Sports. You've seen this guy already. He's had great success, obviously. Division I, FBS caliber, playing now in the FCS, but going against one of the better teams in the FCS, in Sam Houston, one of those teams that is used to getting to the national playoff. So, could he make the difference? I mean, from what you've seen?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Tony Brown was an incredible just difference maker on the football field, and when he played for Gerald, I mean, they went 10-0. They did lose their first round in the playoffs, but, I mean, the dude was making all the plays, and, that team back, looking back, the team was great, and they had great chemistry, and he was just like the focal point. He was their leader, and he's just a dominant player on the football field with the skill set that he can bring. And I just look forward to what he's able to do in his second really start of the season for his new team. And he was the first guy to score at a 47-yard run scamper in the Week 1 loss that really kind of got their offense going initially in that game, when they were able to get within 7 before halftime and went on to lose in the second half. But yeah, I think he's a guy who can be electric and kind of get the team going.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it turns out for them tomorrow as we, like to follow Rob's adventures as he hits the road tomorrow as that game being played in Huntsville.
And speaking of Tony Brown's Cougars, Gerald leading at the half against Florence 20-14 at that game. So very far from over there. Gerald trying to get in the win column as well. And so far, a solid first half put together. They just got to seal the deal there in the second half.
Hey, and we want to welcome you all that are actually watching or currently listening to that game as you're here live from the Georgetown Jewelry SHN football studios for SHN Football Friday. The Smash Justin Simmons alongside Stephen Strong as we bring to you all the highlights and updates of what's going on. And don't forget, it's an interactive show, so wherever you may be, if you're at the game live, you just happen to be a little far away and this is the only way you could catch the action, interact with us. Send us a photo. Send us a short clip of what you're doing to enjoy the games here this evening, as you can hit us up on Twitter at SHN Sports using the hashtag SHN Football Friday.
And of course, you can tweet to us at SHN Sports or tweet to us directly at the Smash Simmons at Probably Strong for me. We'll be monitoring these all night. And we, as well as our hotline, as Rob just called us in there at halftime of his game, you can call us at 512-508-8388. You can text us your name, tell us you want to, call in on our show, and we'll let you talk on air about, whatever's on your mind, football related, whatever is going on tonight. We'd love to hear from you.
We acknowledge the fact that there's already big games that are going to be played on College Football Saturday. We won't touch into it too much, but if you do want to talk about something that you might think might happen, that's great too. Any comments, concerns is also fun. We're just here to interact with you throughout this rest of this Football Friday evening as we do cover everything that's happening in the Central Texas area, as well as some other games outside of the area. And you can see all of that live here on SHN. Don't forget to hit subscribe and also click the bell icon to be notified when we do go live for any show on the SHN network.
And I think as we enter the top of the hour here, 9 o'clock, we're going to take a quick break for a message from our sponsors and be right back as some of these second halves get set to take off here in the area as we continue to update you throughout the night here on SHN Football Friday, Week 2. And we'll be right back.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at georgetownshirtcompany.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home. Royce Electric is a proud supporter of the Georgetown Eagles. Royce Electric also wishes Kaylee Biondo a great year. Go Eagles! Royce Electric, Harker Heights, Texas. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a proud supporter of Central Texas high school football. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based, nonprofit 501c3 Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, please visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. Central Texas High School football on SHN Sports is made possible by Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company. 3 words describe Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company: simple, reliable, and awesome. We support our community. From screen printing and embroidery to promotional products, Georgetown and Austin Shirt Company helps put your brand on your business. Get started on your project today by getting a quick and easy quote online at GeorgetownShirtCompany.com. Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's opening up a small business, growing your business, retirement, or something simpler, we'll work with you to make it a reality. Let's build some dreams. Tell us your dreams at extracobanks.com. Extraco Banks is a member FDIC.
Welcome back. Third quarter just about to get underway. Rob Hipp alongside Kelly Duvall for Georgetown Eagle football. The kickoff is on the way from the Eagles from right to left. Fumbled around the 25, and the Eagles fall on it at the 25. As it bounced off a Waco defender, Georgetown has the ball at the 25. Come on, baby.
Waco tried an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Georgetown didn't and gets the ball. So that's great. We get to start both halves with the ball.
Well, Georgetown will have the ball after the botched attempt to pick it up. There is an injured player. David, will send it back down to you.
Rob, that was a very fortunate play for Georgetown. That young man just bobbled that ball, and we had a player right there who was able to jump on top of it. So we got possession in a really good situation here for Georgetown.
Awesome. Appreciate you being down there. David, what's the temperature like, the weather like down there? Of course, clear outside, no clouds as it's nighttime now, but what does it feel like out there on the field? Still hot?
It's starting to cool off a little bit. It's about 88. Humidity's gone up just a little bit. Still not much wind. You can see the flags moving at the end zone, the south end zone, but it's coming in my face over here, moving from west to east, and the flags are moving from east to west. So I don't know if there's a swirling thing going on down here where the field is lower.
Hey, folks, if you're out there joining us, please make sure to tag your content on social media if you are at the games. Very simple. If you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, whatever your social media preference, do the hashtag SHN Football Friday. Put it all together, and our studio hosts will be able to see that, and they will rebroadcast it. You can be part of the show every Friday. That show from 7 p.m. to midnight, SHNSports.com/FBF. Those halftime stats, again, Georgetown 14 first downs compared to 5 for Waco. Georgetown, Galen, I wanted to hear on the fumbles. They put it down twice, or So Georgetown put it down on the field twice, lost one of them. Galen Welnicki, our statistician, thank you for that, Galen. Penalties, 3 of them for 15 yards, as Waco committed 7 penalties for 70 yards, 1 punt by the Eagles, and 3 for Waco. Georgetown rushed it 26 times, 121 on the ground. It has been a great running game. A lot of that behind R.J. Moreno, as well as Darson Herman, the quarterback, who has been unstoppable again tonight. 17 rushes for 43 yards for Waco. Georgetown passing for 97 yards, 35 compared to the Lions. Georgetown 9 for 16 on a combination dual threat quarterback of Darson Herman and Jacob Oldorp. 9 for 16, 1 interception. Waco 6 for 13. They've thrown 2 picks. 42 total plays, 218 yards for the Eagles in that first half. Waco 30 plays for 78 yards. Moreno 10 rushes for 51 yards. Herman 9 for 43. And Edey also, who touched the ball in the backfield 4 times for 11 yards. Ratliff on the other side for Waco, as he had 8 carries for 30, and then Ridge 3 for 21. As that injured player for Waco able to walk up under his own power. Boy, he was down there for a long time. Thankfully, he got up, but it took a while, Kelly.
I was a bit concerned because even H came out, and both training staffs were out there with him. Dr. English, the Georgetown doctor, came over and was checking on him, but thankfully that young man was able to get up and walk off. He's still not feeling 100%, but glad to see him walk off on his own power.
We are here in the Royce Electric third quarter. Our good friends, Royce Electric. We appreciate the Bowles family, Dolores, and their granddaughter, Kaylee Biondo, who is a varsity cheerleader this year. The Royce Electric sponsored us 2 years ago when their granddaughter, Cameron, was a cheerleader. So, again, thank you to Dolores Bowles and her husband and your generous support all the way from Harker Heights, supporting Georgetown Eagle football here in the third quarter. Eagles will break out. They'll start this possession after the bobbled snap, or the bobbled ball goes to Georgetown on the Waco 25. Eagles in the backfield. It's Herman early, throws a dagger to right, and that's a touchdown right out of the gate.
He dropped it.
25 yards, but he dropped it back in the end zone.
Oh, my goodness. All alone. All alone. That's one of those where that ball can't get there soon enough. Hit him right in the hands, and that poor kid dropped it.
Yeah, it was right into the hands of Jacob Trussell, who had it, and he dropped it right down in the end zone. Boy, it was in stride, a beautiful pass. It brings up second down. Got a little excited up here. Sorry about that. Second down and 10. Georgetown from the Waco 25. Herman shotgun. He'll keep it as he runs in between the hash marks. Trickles his way on the right hash marks up to around the 21-yard line. My, that powerful running of Darson Herman can't be denied for the sophomore.
He's just so big and strong that he makes something out of nothing there. He had a little opening to the right side of the offensive line, and it shut down quickly, but he was able to power forward for a good gain and turn this into third and short.
2 receivers split to the left. One of them is Cade Lachlan for the Eagles. The other receiver is Brandon Bradford. Third down and a long 6. And we may have another Waco player cramping up. We do. There's going to be a lot of cramping here, Kelly, I feel like, in this third and fourth quarter.
You know, hydration is such an important part, not just the day of the game, but continually going on, and you're starting to see some of the effects of this heat and the players cramping. And, you know, Chad Hennessy and his staff do a phenomenal job for Georgetown, and we were talking about it before the game. They didn't have any cramp issues last week. Wasn't near as warm as it is tonight, but you didn't see those issues, and it's so important for that training staff. Chad and his staff work so hard, and those kids do such a great job.
We want to thank more of our sponsors here. Fox Auto Parts, WVE Vehicle Electronics, offering a portfolio of high-quality aftermarket vehicle electronics, including connectors, relays, solenoids, switches, emission and ignition electronics, building upon a foundation of premium fuel line programs established under the NGK Spark Plug. For more information and for all of your auto parts needs, please go see our friends in Georgetown at the end of Williams Drive, Fox Auto Parts Store. Thank you. Third down and 6, back in action, handoff to the left side. And it is the ball carrier, R.J. Moreno, and Moreno brings the ball to the 19. It'll bring up fourth down and short. He was about 3 yards, maybe 2, from getting that first down at the 11.
Looks
16.
Looked like he had an opening to get the first down, but the right side of the Waco line really collapsed real quickly on R.J. and kept him from gaining that first. But Georgetown's going to go for it again, bring in the big sophomore quarterback.
4th down and 4. Herman will line up on the left hash mark on the 19 of the Waco Lions. Herman, he'll keep it. Herman finds daylight across the 15. He's got the first down as a helmet flies off at the line, but Georgetown has the first down on the keeper by Herman.
Player's going to have to go off the field. Got his helmet ripped off again with the referee standing right there looking at it happening. And it was after the play that helmet gets ripped off and nothing.
Yeah, it was a left tackle, Connor Heffernan. 3 receivers will line up to the right side. It is Bradford, Phil Moore, as well as Cade Lachlan. Nobody to the left. First down and 10 for the Eagles inside the red zone on the Waco 15, leading 20-0. Herman steps back at the 18. Protection breaks down. Herman wiggles his way through 2 defenders. And he will be stopped, though, in the backfield. It thought he could get back to the original line at the 15 instead of 2-yard loss.
Good coverage, and Herman didn't have any place to go with that. The Lions defenders did a good job in their coverage. They used that end zone and that sideline as extra defender to keep their players in check. And Darson didn't have any place to go with the football and had to try to run out of there, but got tackled for a loss.
Counted as a 3-yard loss, 2nd down and 13. Georgetown on the Waco 18. Moreno in the backfield. The handoff is to Moreno, and Moreno takes it away up to the 12, maybe the 13. RJ, a healthy gain on 2nd and long.
Good gain there to try to make this 3rd down manageable. I would imagine with some of the difficulties that they've had in the kicking game tonight that they will probably, this is 4-down territory for them, I would guess.
Bradford, Lachlan, Fillmore, the receivers as triplets down to the left. Herman in between the hash marks. He'll stand in shotgun on a 3rd and 8. The ball on the Lion 13. Moreno, the back to his right. Moreno will provide a block up front. Herman elects to go left, and Herman will be stopped for maybe a gain, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Good job there on the defensive end by the Lions. It was Deshaun Fisher, the senior linebacker, getting the initial hit.
Darson had something to his right, but he didn't see it open up. It was a hole that RJ helped create with a block in there, but he chose to bounce it outside, and the Lions defense collapsed out there and kept him from making that 1st down. So it is 4-down territory. They're going for it.
Triplets to the right. Tyler Fithian on a 4th down and 8 for the Eagles. Herman steps back, good protection. Herman punt fakes, now tucks and runs. Herman's got the lane to the 5, and he's got the angle for the touchdown. 13 yards on the keeper by Darson. Herman, bring those big wheels, baby.
That was a pick your poison there because he had a receiver streaking across the middle of the end zone, but he saw that lane to the corner of the end zone, ran it in, scored, puts Georgetown up even more. Great play by Darson Herman.
6 more on the board for Georgetown, and Darson Herman, the sophomore, coming alive here for the Georgetown Eagles.
All those wide receivers out to the right side, that's where all the attention was.
8:22 to go here in the Royce Electric 3rd quarter. Matt Diaz set for the extra point. Georgetown has struggled from this, and another high snap, and the holder dropped it as it came back. Luckily, Georgetown's Diaz able to fall on it, but once again, too high for Jacob Ramos, and luckily there for the Georgetown Eagles, Diaz was able to fall on that one.
That's the 4th touchdown tonight for the Eagles, and they've only had 1 successful point after attempt. That was a 2-point after Darson threw his first touchdown pass as a varsity quarterback. He ran in for 2, but that's the only extra point conversion we've had tonight.
So it was a unusual high snap from Thiel. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, and you talked to Coach down there, David, as I keep it with you for a minute. You've talked to Coach there at the halftime talking about, maybe the ball a little bit wet, a little sweaty down there tonight with the humidity.
Yeah, you've got to wonder. Maybe I can sneak over there in a little while and see what I can see. But, I'm not – it doesn't seem like – it's not humid enough. It's about 44% humidity. You just don't think it's going to be that. So, I don't know, it's just early jitters in the season maybe, but I know they'll fix that.
Georgetown set to kick this one away as Diaz from the 42 back to receive for the Waco Lions. One of those return men back there is Jerome Ratliff. He'll line up around his own 18 in between the hash marks. Farther out to the left side is Jeremy Powell, the senior wide receiver, is 2 of those backs. This is a short kick. It will sail to the back around the 21. Powell has it. Powell gets a block up front. Now in between the markers. Powell's got one to beat as he is being chased and finally brought down at the 50. A touchdown saving tackle on the play by none other than the kicker, Matt Diaz.
Great play of doing that. And the intent that Waco had was to bring that ball across the field. Georgetown has kicked every ball to the right side, left side of the Waco return team, and they had their return coverage set up to come back to the right side of their kick return team, and it was successful. And they're in business in Georgetown territory at the 48.
It is the 8th possession for Waco, the first one of the second half. Previous possessions on their own 26, 25, 10, 35, 46. This one in the best position they've had tonight on the 48. Handoff on a first down and 10 from their own 48 to the right side. The ball carrier, Ridge. And Ridge, a healthy gain of about 6 in Eagle territory at the 42-yard line.
Good job there, but Taylor Beal got away with one. He had a handful of face mask, and the referee didn't see it.
Actually picked up 6. It'll be second down and 4. From the 42, this time the Blue Storm smacking them down in the backfield. Nowhere to run. The ball carrier was Ridge, and the Blue Storm came and popped it right out of them. Kelly, a good play there, and you saw some of those defensive backs making their forward from the secondary to make that tackle.
Yeah, and every time Waco seems to have a good play or two in there, the defense really tightens up and takes the challenge and shuts down drives, and that's hopefully what they can do here. It's 3rd and 5.
Aaron Bazell as a back to the left, and he came up and made that tackle. 3rd down and 5 from the 43. This snap rolls back out of the reach, rolls to the 30. Waco's going to dive on it, and it'll be down at the 28-yard line. A missed snap to the quarterback, and that is a huge loss all the way back in Georgetown territory near the 30.
Georgetown had a 4th and Temple earlier. Now it's 4th and Belton for this Waco team.
Rob, Kelly, there is a flag on the close to y'all's sideline. It may be hard for y'all to see, but it looked like a false start on Waco there, or maybe Georgetown came across, it looked like, from my vantage point, but it looked like all of the offensive line for Waco stood up.
Yeah, we heard David, appreciate that. Galen behind us saying somebody was way offsides, and it doesn't look like this one's going to be back there. False start by the offense, 5-yard penalty. Unfortunately, that one, you got to say it's dead. I wish you could say decline and take the 30 yards that it went back, Kelly.
Yeah, we talk about the pre-snap penalties, but this is one of the rare instances where Waco is relieved they had a pre-snap penalty, because that's a difference in 25 yards on this 3rd down play.
Could have been 3rd down and an easy 35. Instead, it's 3rd down and 10. The ball at the 48-yard line on Eagle territory. Long and shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. One lone lion down to the right is Jerome Ratliff.
Georgetown crowd making some noise.
A back here, offset. 3rd down and 10. Steps back, long to the flats to Ratliff, and Blue Storm stops him immediately. Only a 1-yard gain on the play. Jerome Ratliff had nowhere to go, and once again, it is Hunter Springer making his way over for the initial hit on that tackle.
The coaching staff next to us, and then Coach Griffin is in the ear of that side judge over there. The play clock had run out 3 seconds before that ball got snapped. No flags, no stop of the play. My goodness.
Yeah, you saw it. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I was watching the play clock, and the coaching staff up here next to us was screaming. Coach Griffin absolutely in the ear of that side judge.
Georgetown coaches next to us calling for a timeout as Waco lined up to look like they were going to go for it here. Nate Reyna was the quarterback, but also coming in as a punter here. And the timeout called by Georgetown. 5:49 to go here in the Royce Electric 3rd quarter. 26-0 your score. And Waco with the timeout. Tough break there for the Eagles.
Yeah, it was. And fortunately, again, you could hear the coaching staff screaming on the headsets to call timeout, because Waco kind of looked like they were getting a punt. Georgetown thought they were going to punt, but then they went into a formation that had 3 receivers set up on the left side of the offense and 2 to the right side, and Georgetown did not have the defenders out there to take care of that coverage. So good job in calling that timeout. regrouping and getting ready for this 4th down attempt.
Appreciate you joining us tonight here on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. 26-0, 5:49 to go. Royce Electric third quarter. As the Waco Lions have the ball on the Georgetown 47. Quickly running back over to the sidelines is No Ibarra, the defensive lineman.
Coach Griffin has been steady in the ear of the referee during this break, Rob.
Yeah, that clock had run out for 3 seconds. I was watching it, and it was 3 seconds past 0.
Hey, Kelly, I wanted to mention that I don't think they're going to be running up the middle as long as big Noe Obara is in there.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a 300-pound load they got to move, and I think Matt Anderson's going to be chasing him down. If that's the case, they'll have to go around the corner.
Yeah, I think Ibarra went back to the sidelines just a few moments ago. And Nate Reyna here for the Waco Lions. There's a lot of time as the officials are still talking things over with Waco's head coach down there on the sideline. A lot of time going off here, just in between, of course, the play clock and game clock not moving. But my goodness, that was about a 3 or 4 minute break, Kelly. Finally breaking out here.
Man, it's that kind of stuff that affects both teams' mojo that they may have going. What they're trying to do, Waco wants to line up quickly.
Well, Reyna's in here as the punter, but he is a quarterback. And Georgetown has got to look for a fake here for them to go for it on 4th and 9. And Reyna will throw in the flats over to the left side, has the receiver, spins around, has the first down. Again, the Eagles secondary way up close on that one, Kelly, trying to guard, and just a great move there by the receiver on the left side, able to break through 2 tackles and gets the first down.
Georgetown, again, thought they might punt. They had a man deep, and then whenever they split out, the deep man didn't come up quick enough to get into the coverage that they were wanting. They did the exact same thing before Georgetown called the timeout, and obviously the message didn't get to the defense and what they were going to do if that occurred, and it was successful for Waco, so they got a little momentum going.
Good job by Waco. You got to give them credit as they will get some momentum, as you just said, Kelly. 26-0, Georgetown with the lead, but Waco on their 8th possession. First down and 10 on the Georgetown 33. Long will hand off in the backfield to his running back and slam to the ground. That may have forced a fumble, but they say the ground forced it. Boy, what a play there by the Eagles in the Blue Storm. It was Taylor Bill. And I got to agree here, though, as it looked like when he threw him down, the ball forced that fumble. Looking at it on the replay, clear as day, that's exactly what it was. The ground forced it. You could see it on the replay on our screen up here in the booth.
He met Mr. Bill, didn't he?
He did, yeah, but we saw it on the replay, and the ground definitely caused that one to pop out. 2nd down and 6, long and shotgun from the Georgetown 29. Pass in a flat over to the right side with room to run, darting through 2 defenders and spinning his way into the red zone. Good reception there by Jerome Ratliff, who's finding some light. He'll be down inside the 20 in the Georgetown Eagle red zone.
Georgetown, a lot of times coaches will talk about overcoming adversity, and this is really the first adversity the Georgetown defense has had. This is the deepest penetration for Waco, so let's see how they respond.
Triplet package to the left. First down and 10 from the 18. Long will hand off in the backfield to Jaden Ridge, and Ridge angles his way in between the hash marks up to the 14. A 4-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd down and 6 for the Waco Lions.
Waco's done a good job of making some adjustments at the half because they're lining up in some similar formations. But instead of running out of those formations, they're throwing, and vice versa. Formations they were throwing out of in the first half, they're running out of.
2nd down and 6 from the 14. Another fumble here on a missed snap. Luckily there for the Lions. Long able to fall back onto it around the 23. 3rd down.
Those again, more mistakes that just Waco's going to have to get that fixed going into the district that they're in.
Boy, an 8-yard loss on that play brings up 3rd down and 14. Now back out of the red zone on the Eagle 22. Receiver will line up on the far right side as the lone Lion to the right. That is Raymond O'Neal Jr. 2 receivers to the left. Long shotgun, 3rd and 14 from the Eagle 22. Hand off to his back, who is offset to the left. Breaks through 2 tackles, still on his feet, and that's a touchdown. 22-yard run by Jerome Ratliff, who's coming alive now for the Waco Lions.
When Ratliff got that edge, he was not going to be stopped. Boy, that was a determined, hard, tough run. A great run by their little running back, and Georgetown couldn't handle the adversity that time.
I beg your pardon, that was Jaden Ridge. So Jaden Ridge with the 22-yard run. And the extra point attempt here as Reyna the holder. The kick is up on its way and through the uprights. And 7 points on the board now for the Waco Lions. Put it right through the uprights there on that play was Omar Espinosa, the senior. 26-7, 3:05 to go. We'll keep it right here. Georgetown leads. They'll have the ball right back.
Well, that was the again the deepest penetration that Waco's had, and they were able to put points on the board. Now Georgetown's going to have to answer that, and I don't know what the issue is with the footballs for the Eagles on offense, but they got to get some of this stuff under control, get it contained, get it fixed, drive that offense back down, and take these points back.
Well, as Joshua Harris would say, they better get on down there and get the rest of it. Don't leave it out there on the field. They better get the rest of it, Kelly. 3:05 to go, third quarter. Here in the Royce Electric third quarter, as the Lions will break out of the sideline huddle, the Eagles onto the field. Set to receive. The kick will go from left to right. Two back to receive for Georgetown is Cade Lachlan. Down to the left. And the other player for the Eagles, of course, is Andres Langhorn. So Langhorn to the right on the 10-yard line. Lachlan to the left. 3:05 to go, and look for an onside kick here as the Waco line kicking unit talking things over. I wouldn't be surprised here with some trickeration in this ball game right now.
They did it on their first kick to start the game. Maybe Coach Cavill has something up his sleeve.
Omar Espinosa set to kick this one away from the 40 as he graces his way forward, and it is a long kick. No onside here. And Lachlan will receive it at the 10 on the left hash. Lachlan trying to get a block in front of him. Darts through one defender. Lachlan still on his feet as he powers his way forward across the 30 to the 31. Healthy return by Cade Lachlan. And Georgetown will have fair field position to start their 9th drive, second of this second half. Coming up a little ginger there was Lachlan. And hopefully he will be okay and just be able to walk that one off. You don't want to see that.
Well, both the quarterbacks, Darson Herman and Oldorp, are in the huddle right now, so it's going to be kind of interesting. We've seen a lot of Darson tonight. He's coming back out on the field now, so the sophomore is getting a lot of the snaps tonight for the Eagles.
Zane Quick will line up now as a back in a pistol formation. Herman 1st and 10 from his own 31. Punt fakes right side up and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. It was, I believe, Brandon Bradford, incomplete.
Little delay in getting that football out there, and I was watching the receivers. The ball got closer, and that was one of those circumstances where you hear the footsteps coming and you know you're going to take some shoulder pads in the guts, and that's a tough place to stand out there and take that hit and catch the football.
26-7, Georgetown with the lead and the ball from the 31. Herman fighting through traffic, somehow still on his feet, and he will wisely throw this one away. It goes incomplete out of bounds at the 45, intended for Isaiah Fillmore, but let's be honest, he just threw that one away wisely.
Yeah, that was a good decision by Darson to throw that ball away, and sometimes you worry when you've got a sophomore quarterback back running the offense, wants to make something happen, wants to get things going. This was a, hey, get rid of it and live to fight another day, and let's move on to the next play.
Zane Quick still in as the back. We'll see Oldorp back in as quarterback, Jordan Oldorp. Actually, two backs here. Quick is behind him, as well as Jacob Trussell, and the Eagles asking for a timeout, and they'll get it. Boy, that is their second timeout here, only in the third quarter, the Royce Electric third quarter with 2:41 to go. David, we'll send it down to you. A little miscommunication here by Georgetown in this third quarter. They have burnt 2 timeouts already.
Yeah, I think they're really wanting to make sure they get this right. They want to answer Waco's score there and move this ball down the field, obviously. And I think they didn't like the line up there. They want to make sure it's right. I'd like to see, like Kelly was talking about, get that tempo going again that we saw in that one long drive. That would really help our defense right now as I'm watching them on the bench over there getting a drink. We need them to sit for a little bit and get a break, and that's going to help us finish this game out.
at the end of the first half, Georgetown had that good tempo going. They had some crispness to everything, and they just don't seem to have that in the second half like they did in the first half. I don't know why. I don't know what the answer is, but I know the coaches are working hard to try to get that fixed, but they're going to have to get back and not let Waco think they can get back into this football game.
3rd down and 10. Georgetown Eagle football presented by Georgetown Jewelry. The Eagles have it from right to left. Oldorp, empty backfield over the middle, has his man, and it's incomplete. It bounced in and out of the hands right on the numbers of Lachlan. It was a great over-the-middle route at the 50. Lachlan just couldn't hold on to it. That's been the story of this ball game, and it'll bring up 4th down and 10.
Rob, it's hard for quarterbacks, and it's one of the things that you run into from time to time whenever you're rotating quarterbacks in. You got Darson Herman in a good rhythm of running the football, but then you ask Oldorp to come in, throw a pass. It may be hard for him to have that rhythm and the passes not be as accurate as you want them to be.
Lachlan will punt this one away. Ratliff back to receive around the 50 from right to left. 2:36 to go in the Royce Electric third quarter. Right toe to leather, short line drive punt will take an Eagle bounce out of bounds around the 35-yard line. No chance for a Ratliff return. 2:26 to go here in the Royce Electric. Third quarter, Georgetown leading 26-7. Even though they've got that lead, though, the Waco Lions have the momentum.
Just doesn't feel secure. The defense needs to step up now and stop this drive. Not let Waco drive the ball. The defense needs to get off the field and shut down the momentum that Waco has, or they're right back in this game. They put points on the board right here. They cut that score in half, just over half, and they're back in this ball game.
See, Noe is in the middle there, so they shouldn't run up the middle on him.
First down and 10 for the Lions on their own 38. Long will hand off in the backfield, and the Blue Storm not able to corral the running back, Adrian Rodriguez. Rodriguez initially stopped in the backfield for what could have been a loss. Instead, he'll pound his way forward up near the 38-yard line.
Now Waco's starting to control that line. They didn't have that success in the first half, but now they're starting to control that line a little bit, using some of that directional blocking to open up their running game.
It's a dual threat here at running backs by Rodriguez and Jaden Ridge. They will both line up to either side of the quarterback, Davian Long. On a 2nd down and 7 from their own 41, Long has the protection. A long pass to the right side. Georgetown may get flagged here as there is a lot of contact on the play, pushing and shoving. No call, though, as Aaron Bazell breaking it up. And if I was a Waco fan on that one, I would have to say, wait a minute. You see it on the replay. He was all in his face. Oh, Georgetown catches a break.
You know, Rob, Kelly, I've got to think that the referees and stuff, it's going both ways at this point in this game. There's a lot of missed calls on both sides, so maybe they're just letting them play.
That was Raymond O'Neill Jr. there. Handoff to the left side to Ridge, and Ridge again breaks through that initial tackle line. And again, what would have been a stop in the backfield instead is positive yards up to the 46-yard line. He's too short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and short for the Lions.
In that first half, the Lions weren't getting the push. Their running backs weren't getting the push, but now they're getting that extra yard or two whenever they're leaning forward, trying to make harder runs.
And in my mistake, it was 3rd down. That'll bring up 4th down and 2. Waco here on the Georgetown side of the ball on the 46-yard line. And this may be one you got to watch out for, as Waco will set to punt this one away from the 40 as they split out wide. Remember last time on 4th down, they were able to convert on a 4th and long. Reyna back in there as the quarterback, and he will pass. Reyna to the right side. He'll have to throw this one away as he was chased by the Eagles. The Blue Storm coming up huge and making his way inside and saying, "Get that out of my face, baby," was none other than Braden Hargrove.
Defense was ready for it that time. They line up like they're going to punt it, and then they split those receivers out. 3 out to the left, 2 out to the right, and Georgetown lined up perfectly for it. All the receivers were covered. No place to go with the football. So successful there in stopping that drive, get the momentum back. Now the offense has to do something with it. Let's see if they go back to that running game and start pounding this ball down Waco's throat like they had so much success in the first half. We'll see.
Georgetown with great field position, starting out in between the hash marks on the W of the WISD logo here at Waco ISD Stadium on the 46-yard line. It is Oldorp as quarterback, 2 claps, hands off, no, punt fakes over the middle and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver as he was sandwiched in between the marks, incomplete at the yard line there of the 40. And my goodness, he is going to have some bruises as Jacob Trussell.
That's why that middle is a tough place to earn a living. Man.
Kelly, it sure did look like a lot of hands all over him before he could get to that ball. So Waco may have got away with pass interference on that one.
Second down and 10 from the 46. Eagles on the Waco line, side of the ball. One back to the right, one behind Oldorp. Steps back over the middle. This one in and out of the hands. Great defensive play on that one by the Lions. It was in the direction and in and out of the hands of Brandon Bradford. That time you got to give credit to the backs as they were able to knock that ball away. Great job and great hands by the defensive back, senior Sean Coursey.
The corner had our receiver wrapped up with his left arm around his left shoulder, coming across him, controlling the motion of the receiver, and no call. 3rd and 10 from the 46. In motion is Lachlan.
Boy, that's an offsides penalty. Free play for Georgetown. Over to the right side, Oldorp up, and his man is pushed down, and there's the flag, and there's the the defensive pass interference. It was 2 penalties on the play as the Lions stepped across the line. It was a free play for Oldorp. He aired it out to the right side, and a pass interference is called as that one was into the direction of Georgetown's receiver, Tyler Fithian.
It's not quite Christmas yet, but that Waco defender wrapped him up like a Christmas present.
Yeah, he did. He was beat bad, and there was nothing he could do, or that was going to be a touchdown. You take the 15 yards and you go on, but that was a touchdown if he doesn't do that. So
Fithian, the slot receiver, 5'10" junior, in his game against Abilene Wiley with 3 receptions over 100 yards. He's making it look a little easy here in the 3rd. Getting some help, though, Kelly.
Yeah, he is. Yes.
First down and 10 for the Eagles on the 31 of the Lions after the penalty. Oldorp has a back behind him, trips to the left, and he'll reset things at the line. That running back is Edie, who we saw in several plays in the first half. Triplets to the left, 1 receiver to the right, 33 seconds to go on the Royce Electric 3rd. And the handoff to Edie, and Edie will grace his way to the right side. A slight pickup of a couple of yards to the 28-yard line. Call it 3. We'll bring up 2nd down and 7 as the clock rolls.
We haven't called Isaiah Fillmore's name much tonight. It's been a heavy running game, but Isaiah is such a weapon, and he's out there isolated in man coverage. Might want to give him a look.
Georgetown with 9 seconds on the game clock will get one more. 2nd and 7. Again, the handoff up the middle. Edie is close to a first down. He may have it as time will expire here in the Royce Electric 3rd quarter. We'll wait to see where that ball spot is before we step aside and take a break. He'll be a yard short. When we come back, 4th quarter action on SHN Sports. We'll be back in a few moments.
Of Gateway Mortgage Group is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports. As one of the country's largest privately held mortgage companies, you can expect smart solutions to meet nearly any mortgage need. From the right products to great rates and technology that powers it all, you'll find it here. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. Borrow from Morrow. Visit them online at borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number 464148. 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com.
3rd down and 1 as we start the Extraco Banks 4th quarter. Georgetown switches direction now from left to right, leading 26-7. And again, 12 minutes straight up as we just get underway here. Georgetown on the 22-yard line of the Waco Lions, in between the hash marks, and more time here as the Waco coach talking things over with the line judge. He'll finally step away.
The back judge threw a flag for too many men on the field, and then he counted Georgetown's players, found out there was 11, picked the flag up, stop the play. Here
Third down and 1 in motion is Lachlan. Instead, it is an end-around play over. No, it's a handoff up the middle to Edie, and Edie's got the first down.
Nice run there by Edie. The linebackers were fooled also by that play. They bought the fake too. First down, Eagles.
They bought it. I didn't pay for it. Georgetown started this drive on the Waco 46, now on the 18, first down and 10. Oldorp will hold it to the left side across the 15 as he dives his way forward to the 10. They'll mark him down at the 12, but wow, Oldorp, he's a little athleticism out there tonight as he decided he would take a dive.
Those guys on the corners for the Waco defense are significantly smaller than Oldorp and Herman, so whenever they get out there, they got to take them off their feet. Boy, you sure hold your breath whenever they go down around those knees to make the tackles. Perfectly legal, perfectly clean, but boy, it worries me.
Second down and 4 from the 12 for the Eagles. Oldorp, 2 hard counts, will hand off. Edie with his left hand directing traffic to the right side. Flags fly. He's down at the 8-yard line. But there is a flag back near the center part of the field in between the hash marks at the 10. This one may be a hold against the Eagles.
Very likely the ref right there at the line.
It's a face mask against Georgetown, and that will bring the ball back. Unfortunately there, the penalty called against Tommy Wilson. The tight end also plays halfback. Tough one. What would have been a very manageable next set of downs will move the ball back. And it'll be second down and 16 after the penalty. All the way back to the 24-yard line on the right hash. Oldorp shotgun, 2 hard counts. Will fake handoff to Moreno, passes over to Edie, and another flag flies. 2 of them, now 3. Oh my goodness, somebody pick up the laundry. Kelly, that was a bang, bang, bang offensive referee play as 3 flags went flying consecutively, one after the other.
Yeah, there was a holdout here. We're going to call Isaiah Fillmore's name that time, but he grabbed onto that cornerback, and we got to go to the felony level of hold there. We may even be at a federal offense.
That's a 10-yard variety of penalty. That'll be second down and 26 now for the Eagles on what would have been third down and a manageable 4. Penalties have moved Georgetown back twice. So again, second down and 23, all the way back to the 31. Oldorp punt fakes twice, right side up. And this one well out of the reach into the end zone. The intended receiver was Brandon Bradford. Incomplete, third down and 23.
Georgetown's kind of at that, do you kick it, do you not? So they're going to have to take some yardage off of this, or they're going to be going for a long 4th down, because this may be just outside of Diaz's range in the field goal range.
Yeah, if he kicked it from here, it would be a 48-yard field goal. Third down and 23. Oldorp has daylight across the center. Isaiah Fillmore has the touchdown. 31-yard strike to Isaiah Fillmore.
He dropped it.
And he dropped it.
He dropped it. Oh, my goodness.
Dropped it in the end zone right before he got in there. We'll see it on the replay. He bobbled it, had it on the right hand, and dropped it as he came down. Boy, that was a tough one for Isaiah Fillmore. Give him credit as he almost was able to hold that one in, Kelly.
That's 2 touchdown passes that were dropped in the end zone by Georgetown receivers.
4th down and 23 in no man's land. They can't field goal here. Darson Herman may pooch punt it. Back to him, and he does. Short pooch punt for Herman, as it will take a nice Georgetown bounce at the 3-yard line. Fillmore and company will down it. And the Eagles and Darson Herman, he's doing it on the quarterback end, the sophomore, the pooch punt to the 3.
Cooper Bell needs to send him a bouquet of flowers for that one. Cooper was magical at that last year, and now Darson looks like he's got the touch on the pooch punt as well. So that's a great weapon as long as the defense steps in here now and does something about it.
Taylor Bill was looking at the legend Coach Pat as he walked out, kind of clapping his hands. He was like, oh, yeah. It's going
Jackson Siosen, not Cooper Bell.
It's going to be a tall order for that Waco offense. They are backed up right now.
I just quit talking.
We love it, man. 10th possession of the night. First one of the fourth quarter here in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter. Waco will have it on their own two, backed all the way up. Long will hand off to the right side. Georgetown, they have the safety. And I think the Eagles have got close. We're waiting on the call as it was right near the goal line. Into the back, it was Jaden Ridge. And Georgetown Blue Storm with the safety.
Great job by the Eagle defense. They absolutely mauled that defensive line. There you go. Yes, sir.
Great job by the Eagles. And I was trying to see who that was with the initial hit. There was a dog pile under there, and it was hard to grab that number. It was the front line nonetheless. The safety, and the Eagles put two more on the board. 10:01 to go in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter.
I wish they would have let that replay go a little bit longer because the running back dropped the football whenever he was headed to the ground. And I don't know that he's the one that got back on it. They called it a safety, but Eagles were very close to a touchdown there because the running back dropped the football as he was going down.
28-7, Georgetown leading.
They're giving a lot of congratulations to Taylor Beal. That might have been him on that safety.
Man, he just mauled that center.
Woo. Well, there may not be a cloud in the sky, but the blue storm is definitely showing up tonight.
And that's where that pooch kick pays off. If the defense can do something about it, and they did, that was beautiful. You know, Darson puts the ball down to the 2-yard line, and then the defense just straps that helmet on a little bit tighter, and that was beautiful. I love watching that.
Again, thanks for joining us, friends. Rob Hipp here alongside Kelly Duvall. This is Eagle Football on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. A lot of games going on throughout the network tonight, all over the state of Texas. We wish our friends in North Carolina the best as Hurricane Dorian is plowing through the coastline. Our network partner there, Petey Doris with Triangle Sports Hub, their game got canceled today, maybe pushed back to Monday. You can catch all of those games in North Carolina from Triangle Sports Hub on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. Again, our prayers not only with Petey and those folks, but all over the coast, and especially down in the Bahamas, who were so severely and tragically affected by Hurricane Dorian.
I rode out a couple of hurricanes when we lived down on the Gulf Coast in the Beaumont-Port Arthur area, and that is not a fun thing to do.
10:01 to go in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter. Georgetown leads 28-7. They've got one timeout remaining. Waco with all three. And the Lions will punt this one away. They'll move it back to the 20 after the safety that was forced by Beal and company moments ago.
We just made up 2 extra points there, gentlemen.
Yes, we did.
Andres Langhorne set back to receive around the 20 for Georgetown alongside of Cade Lachlan. There's 2 at the 25, 3 at the 45, and then a 2-4 staggered at the 40 and 30. I would expect the Lions here to kick this one far and deep. And they do, as it sails to the direction of Langhorne. He will fill it at the 25. Langhorne in between the hash marks, has room on the left side. Through 2 defenders, he's upended, but he's in Waco territory. What a return by Langhorne.
Now the offense has to pick up with the momentum that the defense gave them by getting that safety, put some points on the board, start putting this game out of reach.
Georgetown will start on the Waco 48. Friends, they have started 4 possessions here in the third and fourth quarter. In the second half, a better way to put it, 3 of those 4 possessions have taken place in Waco territory. And tonight, most of their possessions, other than that, there was another 2 possessions in the first out of 7 that were in Waco territory. Georgetown has to take advantage of this.
They absolutely do. They've got great field position. So now this is exactly where Waco started their touchdown drive. Georgetown needs to answer that.
First down and 10 for the Eagles on the left hash. Oldorp will keep it as he darts through defenders across the center of the field near the 39. Oldorp going to call him down at the 38. He had a nice gap, found it. Raymond O'Neal Jr., the defensive back, with a tackle.
He drug the defensive player, number 23, about 5 yards, Rob.
Yeah, he did. He had him by the shirt, just drug him. You don't see a lot of substitutions on Waco's side of the ball on defense, and those guys are going to start getting tired That's where this running game's really going to start punishing.
2nd down and 4. Oldor claps twice, passes in the flats over to Lachlan at the 45. Lachlan, an ankle as he tries to break free, and he can't. Good job there on the defense by the Waco Lions. It was a great ankle tackle by Naquavian Mathis, who said, "You're not Naquavian anything around me, brother." That's a verb now, Naquavian. Better Naquavian my way out of here to Huntsville. I got to get to the game tomorrow.
I know. That defensive line may be a little tired, but those defensive backs are fresh.
Loss of 1, 3rd down and 5 from the 43. Delayed handoff to Edie, and Edie using his body as he plows his way forward. He'll be a yard short to the 41. Edie has shown a lot of promise tonight here in this game.
He has, and we've seen more of him. RJ hasn't played as much tonight as he would generally play, but Edie has had some really strong runs. I'm impressed by what he's shown us tonight. Good young running back.
Kelly, what's our balance between run and pass right now, or after this play?
I don't think we're overdrawn.
4th down and 1. As Darson Herman will keep it. Herman finds daylight across the 20, still on his feet, spinning and down inside the 15 to the 14. Darson Herman showing it tonight.
Good, strong run. Offensive line just blew the middle of that line wide open. Gave Darson a good lane, and then whenever you've got Darson against the safety back there, that safety's just got to hang on and pray for the best.
On a 4th down and 1, Darson Herman gives them 25 into the red zone to the Waco Lion 13. Herman will remain at quarterback. On 1st down and 10 again from the 13. Edie will line up behind him. Triplets to the right. It's Fillmore, Lachlan, and Herman will keep it. Trying to get a block. Cuts the angle to the 15 and pushed out of bounds.
Boy, I'd like to see a pass play out of that same look. That'd be fun because they're all swarm over there. That backside of that defense is wide open. If a tight end or something hung out back there.
It's a loss of 1 on the, or actually, well, it is 1. They show 2, Kelly. It's only a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11. From the 15. Herman in shotgun, Edie behind him, Isaiah Fillmore to the right. The handoff is to Edie. Edie finds a gap across the 10 and in between the hash marks. Edie down to the 8. 7 yards on 2nd and 12.
In those plays like that, Darson's got the option of keeping the ball himself or handing it to Edie, and either one of those was going to be successful because the linebacker didn't drop down where it would normally cause that handoff.
3rd and 5, the handoff to Edie. Edie again glances his way forward, trying to push his way into the end zone. He'll be stopped 3 yards short. Edie's got a 1st down. 1st down and goal for the Eagles.
I'm impressed with his runs.
Quick offense. Edie again. Will he get the trick? He got the trick. Will he get the treat? Only a 1-yard gain. A flag flies late.
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike or an unnecessary roughness, something, a little extracurricular activity back there.
Up until moments ago, Georgetown had thrown 8 straight incomplete passes. The running game, though, is working well for them. We're waiting to hear that call down to the official.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 49 of the defense. Penalties half the distance. That's his first onside.
It was Deshaun Fisher with the unsportsmanlike conduct for the Lions of Waco. 6:54 to go here in the Extraco Banks 4th quarter. Georgetown 28, Waco 7. And half the distance to the goal. 1st down and goal from the 2.
Waco's back on their heels right now. Georgetown's trying to punch this in. If they can punch this in for a touchdown, this will put it out of reach, I believe.
I think we'll either see a dose of Herman or Edie. Edie has carried him most of the way down here. Well, and Herman, though, had that 25-yard run, but Edie has been a big part of that as well. I like to say he has the trick. Will he get the treat? The treat's the end zone. Halloween may come a little bit early here for Edie.
Well, out here on this edge, Isaiah Fillmore's in a little bit of a mismatch.
Under center is Herman. They'll push him forward, and Herman may be shot just inches short. You hardly see him go under center, and Herman not able to get in there, Kelly.
No, he wasn't. One of the Waco defenders comes out with the balls, but the referee said he was down.
Trussell will head over to the sidelines as R.J. Moreno onto the field alongside Edie. So we'll see a double dose of backs here with Moreno behind the quarterback. In motion is Edie. It's Herman, the handoff. R.J. trying to take it away, and he's got the 1 yard touchdown run. R.J., you got it. Take it away, Moreno.
Happy birthday, R.J.
Get a little birthday touchdown, baby.
Birthday TD. Good strong run. Right at the left side of that, or Waco's right. Georgetown's left side of that offensive line, just pushing the defenders back. Good strong run. I like watching RJ run the football.
The hold here by Jacob Ramos. Matt Diaz trying to get one through for the first time tonight on the extra point. It's up, it's on its way, and it is good for the first time tonight. 34-7, 6:07 to go. Your Georgetown Eagles with the commanding lead. We'll keep it right here, David. Things starting to fire, but going back to that drive, Georgetown in great position on their own, on the Waco 48. It was a dose of Herman and Edie, capped off by the Moreno 1 yard birthday touchdown run.
It was great to see them. It was a nice balanced drive, a little bit of run, a little bit of pass, RPO. It was good. And that's Georgetown just needs to keep it on the pedal because we need to keep scoring at the end of these games and not let up ever.
Rob, I want to update the score. Eastview and Canyon are going at it, and Eastview is up 41-21 in the third quarter.
Eastview on their way to the second. They had a big overtime win versus Westwood the other night. Of course, the Georgetown, actually the SHN Player of the Week presented by Georgetown Jewelry's Jackson Colson, as he was phenomenal. Friends, if you're out there listening, we'd love to hear from you. Send us a text. The SHN fan line is open here tonight, 512-522-9105. Again, it's 512-522-9105. Had a text come in from an 830 area code. Thanks for the great coverage. Love those Eagles. Thank you for joining us tonight. Kickoff on the way. The 11th possession of the night. It drops on the field, but Waco able to get back on it. That could have been another tough break for Waco and a great break for the Eagles.
Yeah, one of the Waco receiving team guys waved for the fair catch, and whenever he caught the ball, he bobbled it, and the guy coming up behind him was the one that actually wound up with the ball in his hands. But anytime anybody on the receiving team waves for a fair catch, ball's dead as soon as they maintain possession of it.
Waco trailing by 4 touchdowns. First down and 10 as they move from right to left.
The referee in the stands.
Is that official in the stands? That looks like a student maybe dressed like an official.
I guess.
I don't know. Anyways, first down and 10 from right to left. We're seeing things up here tonight.
I see it.
Fourth quarter we are, the Extraco Banks fourth quarter. First down and 10 from right to left from their own 30. Long has got a lot of work, and there's already a flag in the backfield. Do they know that flag is there? There's a flag resting over at the 20, and it appears that it may be something against Waco. It's a delay of game as the clock went down. Oh my goodness, 5-yard penalty will set them back on first down.
They got that one.
They heard you, Kelly. First and 15, the ball back to the 25.
May have been this guy up here in the stands.
Long shotgun, trips to the left, one to the right. On a first and 15, handoff in the backfield. And a new running back. Oh my goodness, he is slammed to the ground on a play.
Guess who?
Taylor Bill.
Yes, sir.
And the run there by, don't have his number on here, Kelly.
New running back.
It's 31. I don't have his number. It may be Braden Brown. If there's a number missing, I'm going to say it's Braden Brown. If that's wrong, we apologize. There's a number on the roster. The only one missing is right after 30. Long steps back on a second and 10 after the 5-yard pickup. He throws this one out of bounds at the 30.
Wow.
That one made it into the Waco student section.
Yeah.
Number 51 for Georgetown was on his tail, chasing him down.
Boy, he absolutely just ripped right past. Good, kind of a swim move past the center, and he was in the backfield before the quarterback even had the ball. Man, that was fast.
5:22 to go here in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter. Third down and 10 from the 30. The Lions long quarterback on the 25 will hand off. And again, this time Bell able to not get the tackle. Swinging around, that's close to a first down. Penalties fly at the end of that play. The ball carrier, Braden Brown. We'll see what those flags there in the secondary of Georgetown. That one may go against the Eagles.
Yeah, I was watching another place on the field. I didn't see what happened at that. Oh, I see. He got up and pushed him to the ground again.
Wow, it's against Waco. Matt Anderson had a push there. It's not on him. It's against Waco. And that will come back to the 30. What would have been a first down by Brown will bring it back to third down and a long 10. The Lions hurting themselves here on this jive.
Rob, Alan Hernandez, number 51 for the Eagles, is in there in the middle of that defensive line. And when the center snaps the ball, it's just like he's got no chance because Hernandez is just on him so fast.
3rd and 10 from the 30. Long has all day. Now he's chased down and throws this one away. It was intended into the direction of the receiver on the left side and out of bounds, but it was thrown in the direction of Corey Taylor, who we've called a couple of times tonight. 4th down and a long 10. Trailing 35-7. You're going to punt this one away, though, at the 30.
Credit to the corner there, number 18. Very good coverage on that one.
Yeah, he was all over that receiver, and there was no chance. Taco Williams out there on the coverage. No chance that ball was going to be caught out there.
Waco quarterback started looking that direction, and those guys came up quick on him.
Omar Espinosa will set to punt this one away from his own 15. One back to receive for the Eagles, and backpedaling is, well, the play clock went down. Did they not get it off in time? Yeah, I don't believe so. They did not get it off in time. And that'll be a delay of game. It'll move it back 5 more yards. It'll be 4th and 15.
Taco had him wrapped up out there like a taco.
Bring in the hot sauce, baby. Come on now.
First charge timeout of the half. Timeout was called before the clock.
Saul De La Rosa set back to receive, but not before a timeout by Waco. They've got 2 remaining, 4:48 to go in the Extraco Banks 4th quarter. We'll step aside and take a break. This is Georgetown Eagle Football on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
The most important team member isn't always playing in the game. Sometimes they hold a clipboard on the sideline. A good coach doesn't just call plays. They instill confidence in the individual and help the team overcome adversity. At Frost, we believe that good coaching in your financial life can accomplish the same thing. After all, if we believe in you and you believe in you, anything is possible. Frost. Opt for optimism.
Back in action, the punt on the way by Espinosa. It will sail high into the air. Nobody back to receive for Georgetown. It takes a Waco lying roaring roll to the 26-yard line. And with 4:36 to go in the Extraco Banks 4th quarter, Georgetown holding on to a commanding 35-7 lead. They'll get the ball back for the 12th time this evening.
My guess is we are about to get a healthy dose of the Georgetown Eagle running game.
Just got stats here from Galen Welnicki. Appreciate Galen behind us. 11 penalties for the Lions, 105 yards. And really, Kelly, not to heart, but I'm just got to call it as we see it. With Georgetown starting, this is one drive that's finally back on their side of the field. Georgetown, let's be honest, should have a lot more on the board, at least 2, as there was 2 drop passes back in the end zone.
This is one of those games that Georgetown will learn a lot from.
They'll start this on their own 26 from left to right. Hard clap, a new quarterback in there for the Eagles. And a handoff up the middle, and the back has room across the 35. It was handed off to the big 5'4", Ja'Kai Wells. Boy, that's an offensive lineman. Is that right?
Yeah, that's Jackson Tingley in now at quarterback.
Oh, you know what? I'm a moron. I'm looking at the wrong roster. It is Tingley. Oh, my goodness, man. It's Brian. They handed that off to Brian Hargrove. Was that right, David? Was that Hargrove? Hold on, David. Back. There you go.
No, that was Edie.
Okay, 23. I said, okay, never mind. I was about to say that's kind of weird because he came up with it.
Right.
Okay, Tingley with it. 2nd down and a short one for Jackson Tingley as Waco showing a blitz. Handoff to Edey. Edey will power his way forward on the right hash mark, has the first down at the Georgetown 41.
Kelly, you talked about one of these running backs last game, how they really just put their head down, protect the ball, and run forward, and that's exactly what that last run looked like to me.
That's what these guys are going to do on this drive, I'll bet you. Run that clock, put that head down, get those shoulder pads square, and run into somebody.
3:23 to go in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter. Georgetown with a 35-7 lead. Triplets will break out to the left side. One of those out there to the left is Braden Wilson. Tingley at the 35, the third quarterback we've seen tonight for the Eagles in a run, gut up the middle, spinning on his back and up forward for the first down and more is Zane Quick. Boy, those shoes running quick tonight to the 43-yard line.
Good to see Zane out there, senior, getting him some runs, toting the football a little bit. Good, strong run. He's quick.
That's why they named him that. They knew that he was going to be quick.
How about that O-line? That was a huge, from my perspective, he had plenty of, he didn't even get touched.
Well, the Waco defensive line all standing there with their hands on their hips. They got to be exhausted at this point.
Alex Mahana down there doing work. Triplets will spread up to the left here for the Eagles. First down and 10 on the Waco 43. Jackson Tingley in shotgun, has a back behind him at the 50. Two hard claps. He'll keep it. Throws over left side. Has his man at the 45 and more. Inside the 33-yard line. Great pass to the left hash marks into the hands of Georgetown's Brandon Bradford.
First down. It's good to see a little pass in there. It's gonna, just keep that run going too.
Keep them honest.
Bradford will give him the first down. Good to see Bradford getting more touches as he had one reception for 30 yards last week versus Abilene Wiley. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Two receivers to the right from the Waco 33. Tingley stands at the 42. He will pass to the right side. Once again, it's Bradford with another reception. This time a short gain up to the 29-yard line. Call it a 4-yard gain on first and 10. It'll be second down.
Yeah, big number 54, 12 yards down the field, driving a linebacker, just driving him towards the end zone.
Big number 50 ended up out of bounds, and he drove him all the way across the field.
Second down and 6 for the Eagles as they move from left to right in their white jerseys, white pants, gray helmets from the 29 of Waco. Two hard claps again. Tingley will keep it. Tingley trying to find daylight to the left side. He runs parallel and ankle tackled. He'll still dive forward to avoid a sack in the backfield. He'll be back to the original line of scrimmage with 54 seconds to go in the Extraco Banks fourth quarter.
You like these opportunities to get some of your backups, some snaps, keep your starters healthy. Again, big win for Georgetown, big numbers on the board, but they left a lot on the field tonight as far as touchdowns and potential scores go. Got to update Liberty Hill and Cedar Park. I'm sorry, Hutto. Hutto won 42-14. That game's a final.
That one on the SHN Network. 3rd and 6 for Tingley from the Waco 29. Handoff in the backfield to Zane Quick, who had the first down moments ago. This time will be stopped at the 26-yard line. A gain of 3 will bring up fourth down.
That should be it.
And that will click down 8, 7, 6, and more. David England down on the field. David, I don't know if we would get a chance to talk to a player tonight. We'll definitely, oh man. I know we didn't have time for a production up here as we had some internet difficulties, but if we could, definitely we're going to talk to head coach Chuck Griffin of Georgetown. Your final 35-7. We'll keep things right here, but we will definitely talk to head coach Chuck Griffin. And Kelly, if you had to pick a player tonight, the defense for Georgetown was great. There was some great offense by the Eagles as well. Who do you pick?
I picked Darson Herman for a couple of reasons. He was one of the high producers on the offense tonight, and he's a sophomore. He came in, played a lot of snaps at the quarterback position, more than I thought we would see him tonight. So my pick would be Darson.
David, we'll try if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. We'll definitely try to get Coach Griffin, and we'll talk to Darson Herman as well if you can, David.
Okay.
and just ask him about his composure out there as a sophomore. We talked to him in the coaches show, but once again tonight he had several great running plays, a 25-yard dagger there towards the end of this game. Georgetown well out of reach in this one as they took care of business 35-7. We'll keep it right here, though, and boy, the Eagles got to be careful celebrating out there in front of the camera because they're out there jumping in celebration. I get it, Kelly, but I just saw Taco Williams. I'm like, Taco, don't roll your ankle in celebration, please. We've seen too much of that over the years, man.
Well, the daughter of a second responder is down there filming for our friends at Fan Stand, and they're wanting to show out for her after this win.
Yeah, that's always one of their favorite things is to run by Emily after the game and give Fan Stand some love.
David England down on the field as all of the Georgetown players will line up. Coach Patterson's right in front of you, David. One of these days we'll get Coach Pat to give an interview.
I can tell you how that'll go.
Hey, he came to a coach's show a couple of years ago, and, man, he really brought the juice, man. Well, again, your final tonight, Georgetown victorious 35-7. We'll keep things right here. Stay with us, friends. We'll have a lot of post-game and more for about 10 minutes. It's been a joy and privilege to bring you this one here on SHN Sports. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button as well.
Rob, Kelly down here with head coach Chuck Griffin. Coach, congratulations, 2-0, another good victory. Give us your overall thoughts on the game, how everybody played.
Man, I think we played great defense. Thought defense played exceptional all night. They really did a good job. Offensively, we did some good stuff, but, man, we're still our own worst enemy, and that's on me. I've got to do a better job getting our guys ready where we're not making so many mistakes. That we're gonna have to play some mistake-free football to win some big games down the road. Absolutely. But man, scoring 35 points still and having a few issues, that's still good. So we're excited.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate Coach Griffin. Kelly, my goodness, the accessibility. Every year here at SHN, we've always tried to improve the coverage because at the end of the day, it's about these kids. And I did want to say this without harping on any district or anybody else. But there are, and I have to say it because I want folks to be aware of it, there is now companies with trying to get exclusive broadcast agreements that are blocking our coverage of the teams that we cover when we go away. Well, at SHN, we will never do that because we want to give these kids the exposure that they deserve. I don't agree with it. I think it's unethical. You will never see that happen here at SHN.
Well, this is about the kids. I think he's got coach.
Back down to Kelly Duvall.
Rob, we've got Coach Mike Adams here, and Coach, I'm wondering if you had an opportunity to visit with Kwame Cavill over there.
I did. We actually spoke yesterday at the sub-varsity game. We spoke to him right here before kickoff. We had a good time to catch up, talk about some things, talk about our teams, and spoke with him a lot. And also my good buddy Jeremy Mitchell, who's our defensive coordinator when we were all coaching together at Manor. So those guys are like brothers to me. So this was like a little bit of a homecoming.
Outstanding. With Kelly and I were talking, and Rob were talking about how cool it is to have a couple of Longhorn legends on the field in Waco tonight. And give us your thoughts on the big game tomorrow.
Man, it's going to be a big one. Obviously, my heart is with UT. I think it's going to be a great game. I think if they just go out there and just let everything come to them, I think we'll have a chance to pull it out.
Outstanding. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations on the victory.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate Coach Mike Adams down there. Kelly, great interviews as we try to bring that dynamic coverage. And yeah, Kelly, not to harp on that, but I just wanted to make that aware. If you know any athletic directors, respectfully ask them, say, please do not allow exclusive coverage of these kids.
Well, this is about the kids. We do this for the kids and the programs and all these groups that work so hard. And as much exposure as they can get in this format, the better. I tell you what, Coach Griffin talked immediately about sorry?
Send it back down to David real quick. David?
I missed him. Darson's running off.
Yeah, and you can't catch him.
No.
Yeah, I want to finish what I was saying. The defense absolutely lights out tonight. That front three on the line controlled this football game.
Great job by the defensive front three. You talk about guys out there that are taking care of business. You look at your nose, your Bandit, Connor Cummings, Braden Hargrove, Colby Cummins, the Cummins boys, and then right there in the middle, Hargrove taking care of business tonight. We'll have final stats here in just a few moments. Friends, stay with us. Post-game continues. We'll still be on for about 5 minutes or so. Georgetown victorious tonight, 35-7. We'll step aside. Eagle football on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network continues after this.
2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com. Jimmy Jacobs' reputation for building beautiful custom homes in Central Texas speaks for itself. For over 30 years, he has been behind some of the most successful and sought-after new home developments in Georgetown. Grand Endeavor Homes represents a new era of elegant custom home building. Now joined by his son, Justin Jacobs, Jimmy has launched Grand Endeavor Homes to continue his legacy and reputation for custom homes in Georgetown and the surrounding areas. Visit GrandEndeavorHomes.com for details and directions to the model home. If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. Now that's the sound of Eagle football. While the Eagles deliver on the field, Extraco delivers off the field. Whether it's opening up a small business, growing your business, retirement, or something simpler, we'll work with you to make it a reality. Let's build some dreams. Tell us your dreams at extracobanks.com. Extraco Banks is a member FDIC.
Welcome back. Georgetown Eagle postgame live tonight from Waco, Texas at the Waco ISD Stadium. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friend Kelly Duvall. Appreciate Galen Welnicki passing us some stats here throughout this game. Appreciate you, Galen, and all the work that you do. I got to say something. These broadcasts would not be the same, of course, without you and David, but especially Galen. Thank you for all you do, brother. We appreciate you, buddy. Georgetown in this game, 28 first downs compared to only 8 for Waco. You see that stat immediately, you think, my goodness, Georgetown should have really ran up that score. Yeah. It's 35-7, still a big victory for Georgetown, but again, 2 drop passes in the end zone by the Eagles could have easily made this another 14 points on top of that 35. Georgetown dropping the ball twice. They lost it on one of those. Waco throwing the ball down on the ground 4 times, 1 fumble for them. 5 penalties, 40 yards for the Eagles. 11 penalties, 105 yards for Waco. Georgetown punted the ball 3 times, 4 punts for Waco. Georgetown, my goodness, the rushing game tonight. 51 carries all across the board, 264 yards. The ground game was tearing it up for these Georgetown Eagles tonight. 27 carries, 80 yards for Waco on their home field. Georgetown, 110 yards passing, 60 yards compared to Waco. 12 of 27 across the board for the quarterbacks. We saw all 3 of them come into this game with a dose of Darson Herman as well as Jacob Oldorp throughout this game. And then there at the end, Jackson Tingley getting some touches as well, some passes. For Waco, 8 of 20. They threw 2 picks. Georgetown did throw 1 interception. 78 plays, 374 yards of total offense for the Eagles compared to 47 and 140 for Waco. Moreno, 13 carries, 60 yards. He was taking it away tonight. Also for Georgetown, Herman again on the ground. Another impressive night. Last week, 99 yards. He couldn't break 100 again tonight, but he did get to 85 on 17 carries. And then let's talk about Edey, who came in as well. Great job by Edey, who came into this game. He started in place of R.J. Moreno early, as R.J. Moreno, from my understanding, was battling a little slight illness, but was able to get out there and play tonight. But Edey doing a great job on the ground. Ryan Edey with 13 carries for 62 yards. And then Quick for Georgetown, 3 for 25. Ridge, the stats we have on him, 9 carries for 65 total yards. Your score, 35-7. Kelly, it was a good one. The Eagles got the victory. They improved to 2-0 as they look forward to South San next week. First, though, let's talk a little bit more about this one.
It was a good game for the Eagles, but again, much like last week, a dominating victory, but there's a lot to go back to the drawing board, a lot to fix. Coach talked about it in the post-game interview. They've got some stuff that they've got to get better. There's a meat grinder not too far down the road after these pre-district games, and it's called the Hutto Hippos, Cedar Park Timberwolves, and that bunch that we're going to be facing in district. These mistakes, you don't win those ball games.
Kelly, talking about some of those scores, we saw Hutto tonight take care of business versus 4A Liberty Hill. They came off an impressive victory to start things this past Saturday. They take care of business versus Liberty Hill. That game last year, I believe it went into overtime, if I wasn't mistaken, and Hutto won that game. Tonight, though, that was a different case. I'll let you talk a little bit about those scores.
Yeah, different case. Hutto finishes it off easily at Liberty Hill Stadium tonight, 42-14 over the Liberty Hill Panthers. Also another District 11 5A Division I action. Coppers Cove and Manor played 37-33 for Coppers Cove in that game. Anderson defeats Rouse in a close one, 14-13. Good ball game there. Cedar Park takes the victory over Cedar Ridge, 26-14. And Pflugerville defeats Leander at the field, 27-20. The only game still going on right now is Del Valley and Conley. Del Valley's well ahead with 2:36 left in that game, 47-28 for Del Valley. And that's the action in District 11 5A.
A lot of other scores, a lot of other action. And remember to go to shnsports.com/FBF. That's shnsports.com/FBF for SHN Sports Football Friday. Call into that show. Hey, if you're listening right now, you want to talk about the Eagles' victory. We're about to sign off. We can't talk about it with you, but you can call the show. Please do. Text them first with your name and say that you would like to call, and they will call you back. That's how the system over there at the studio works. Again, it's SHN Football Friday going on from now until midnight. That show, of course, presented by Georgetown Jewelry out of the Georgetown Jewelry broadcast studio, and you will get those Grand Endeavor scoreboard updates every 15 minutes from all over Central Texas, not just games on SHN and not just games from this Georgetown district. Again, call in, text them first with your name. Text your name and say you'd like to call in, talk about the Georgetown victory. I know those guys would love to hear from you because sometimes they get lonely over there. They're there for 5 hours every night. That number to the Georgetown Jewelry broadcast studio is at 512-508-8838. That's 512-508-8838. Again, text your name and say you'd like to call in. Or if you don't want to talk, just text your thoughts, and Steven and Justin will read those over the air. Kelly, your final thoughts before we sign off tonight after a Georgetown victory.
Rob, two victories. Anytime you start the season 2-0, it's exactly where you want to be. You learn a lot from these games. Walk out of here with a big victory, but great stuff.
Well, David's got an interview down there. David, I'll send it down to you real quick.
Rob Kelly down here with sophomore Darson Herman. Big game tonight. A lot of running and tough to tackle you. Almost Bo Corrales like tackling there. Talk to us about your victory tonight.
Waco was a very athletic team, and we just went out there and executed. We did have a lot of offensive mistakes, but we'll get those fixed up this week. But shout out to the defense for locking it down, giving us a break. But I mean, we needed to execute a little better, but we got the win, so that's what's important.
And Kelly was wondering during the game if some of the footballs were a little slick because there's some stuff going on.
They were a little slick, and we buffed them out a little bit, but we got a control of it. So
awesome, sounds good. Well, we'll look forward to traveling to San Antonio next week, and congratulations on the big win, 2-0.
Thank you,
Darcy.
Hey, David, your final thoughts before we sign off. Great interviews, by the way, tonight, but we'll give you your final thoughts as well, David.
You know, it's really nice to go on the road, you know, and I think that's big for this team's maturity, to go on the road, get a nice victory. Like Darson and Coach said, there are a few mistakes, you know, they'll clean up, but that's just great opportunity for coaching. And these youngsters are learning, as you saw. Darson took that one loss there, but then late in the game, he threw it out of bounds. So these kids are learning as you go, but to get up here to Waco with a very talented Waco team, a very physical and a big team, a lot of talent. To get out of here with a victory is really good for this program to just keep rocking 2-0, going down into San Antonio. So big shout out to the Georgetown community. Showed up really well tonight. They were making a lot of noise on third down. Kelly, I know we like to hear that. And the band made a lot of noise. So it was a really nice overall community win tonight.
Yeah, it was. It was good to see that many people make the trip up from Georgetown. So looking forward to that Blue Crew making a lot of noise next week.
Absolutely.
David, appreciate you again from all of us here at SHN Sports. A great night. If you're a Georgetown Eagle, Waco will have to go back to the drawing board as they fall to 1-1 after taking care of business last week. Tonight, hitting that roadblock on their home field versus these visiting Georgetown Eagles. Your final score again: Georgetown 35, the Lions of Waco, Texas, here at Waco ISD Stadium 7. We have more action going on all throughout the night, again until midnight on SHN Football Friday, live from the Georgetown Jewelry broadcast studio. Up next for Georgetown, I don't believe I'll be on that call because I will be on a plane to North Dakota.
And I will already be in Boston.
so Boston and North Dakota, don't you know? So I'll be up there with my friends there. You will be with your friends in Boston, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Georgetown, though, the next game at South San Antonio, the Bobcats. That one is 7:30 kickoff. Then it's a bye week on the 20th for Georgetown, followed by the final non-district game back at home at Birkelbach. That is homecoming on September the 27th versus Stephenville. And then all games go to 7 o'clock as we get into district play. And my goodness, you talk about Hutto and Cedar Park. Cedar Park tonight, a victory over Cedar Ridge, but they really got upset against Vandergrift just a week ago. Hutto is on a roll right now. Hutto on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. Todd Robinson on those calls. They also purchased a broadcast in a box to make their broadcasting easy. But Hutto, Cedar Park, Pflugerville, Manor, Rouse, and Connolly will end the season on 2 Thursday night games.
Only 2 teams undefeated in our district, Georgetown
and Hutto. That's what it's going to come down to. We'll have the action all season long. You'll hear play calls on a few more games by myself. Unfortunately, traveling with Sam Houston State University, I will miss some of the Georgetown games, but you better believe that I'm still bleeding Eagle Blue, baby. We'll have Brad Tillery on some of the calls. Carl Schoening will pick up one, and I believe Stephen Strong will also pick up one of those Thursday night games.
Eat 'em up, Cats.
For everyone here in the SHN Sports coverage tonight, for Galen Welnicki, Kelly Duvall, Joshua Harris, and, of course, David England, I'm Rob Hipp. Once again, your happy final score from Waco, Texas. The Georgetown Eagles victorious in game number 2 of the season, 35-7 over the Waco Lions. Make sure to tune in next week. Join us on SHN Football Friday in action right now at shnsports.com/FBF. Reminding you tonight, friends, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Thanks again to all of our wonderful sponsors. This has been an edition of Georgetown Eagle Football. All rights reserved. Thank you to Georgetown Jewelry, our presenting sponsor. Good night, and God bless from Waco, Texas.